Hi, everybody. It's me, Owen. Can you hear me? The song's called Canon in D. All right, let me check the audio, see if we're good to go. This stream's going to be about music and order. Hi. So I think that of all the songs ever written, well, Bach, everything has order. But Pachelbel's Canon in D, the reason that I think it's survived so many centuries and it's related to weddings. You know, every woman loves that song. Just every woman loves that song. It's like their wedding song. It's absolutely ordered to the point where it's a scale, right? So it goes. It's just a D scale, right? And the math is perfectly ordered and symmetrical. Just like every woman wants her marriage to be. So just like the union between a man and a woman, because people kept asking me, what is logos? Logos. You know, because I did that episode the other day about Hollywood took your future, and I talked about logos. Logos is, the word of God or order, the order of the universe, logic. It's just that which is true. You know, it's such a profound word. It's something you should just really look into. It's one of those words that doesn't have any synonyms. You know, every synonym is slightly lacking. So, and it's very, 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 very important because I was on another E. Michael Jones bender. The guy's just such a genius. And this is a testament to my philosophy that I listen and respect people who have character and honesty, and I believe that they believe what they're saying, and everything else is noise. Because I've ripped apart the Catholic Church. I'm not a fan of the Catholic Church at all. I think it's corrupt to the point of, just disaster. But he's Catholic, and I think he's one of my current go-tos for perspective, wisdom, you know? That's why when someone is like, oh, this guy's a Nazi, or this guy's a Zionist show, or this guy, it's like, what is their character? Because everything else is noise. And so I've been listening to this guy, and man, is he intelligent. And he's a musician, too. And so he was talking about Schoenberg. He worked with Grateful Dead. All fact, by the way. And to get people off their order is to remove them a little bit from logos. And there's so much of God's order in music. You know, that's why Bach is so incredible. And that's why when you listen to a lot of more modern, ugly, atheist type music, you can feel the ugliness in it. And so Canon in D is a perfect metaphor for the order of marriage, because every woman and every man, what they want is one that works with harmony, you know? And so the bass never changes. The rhythm, the bass, you know, that consistency, that love, it just goes. And it's the same over and over again. And then the top comes in. Harmony. Everything's a harmony. Imagine if listen to this. This is non-harmony. Ready? You see what I'm saying? So harmony there is a right answer. There's no such thing as postmodern music. I'll give you examples. I'm going to show you Miles Davis between Kind of Blue and Bitches Brew. I'll show you how it just absolutely went out of control. So this is the order. Ready? And then there's a change. See, just like every good marriage, there's a base, there's a consistency, there's a harmony. But there's also room to improv. That's when you have, within that world of harmony, of order, of logos, you can expand and learn and change. That's when, so it starts with, this is the first year of marriage, right? And then you learn more things about each other, right? It's still the same bass, same order. Order doesn't change. Then you can go back to simple again. And then change it. So the left hand never changes, but the right, within the rules of the logos, it can do anything, but it has to stay within the harmony. So many songs are the same song because it is the song of harmony. Feel that? It's logos. That's order. That's the order that you can't break. So when people say, that the church or God or the Bible or Christians, insist on a certain morality and that people have a right to break that, they didn't come up with it. Morality is a lot like music. It's like you don't get to change the keys. That's the keys. So if you go, and so what happens is when you don't respect what is, you die. What is it? The result of sin is death, and we're seeing it. Like I'll show you, because so we have jazz. All right, so jazz was a revolution off the order. It changed all the time, it changed everything, and it was poking at the order of the universe. So I'll show you, and there is some beauty in the gray areas, like just past order, like that little tiny area of jazz. Like jazz with some order has beauty to it. Like I'll show you Kind of Blue by Miles Davis. This is my favorite album. This is just a little piece of it. Ready? This is called, I think, Flamingo Sketches. Just listen to this. Okay, so you get the idea. Check out Miles Davis Kind of Blue. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. But the problem with going against logos, or logos, however you want to pronounce it, is it never stops. You're fractal. You're out of control. You then start changing until everything is upside down. And we're currently seeing the upside down world of the rejection of the logos. That's the world we're in right now. Trans. I'll show you some examples in a second. I got some news stories for you. But this is what happened to Miles Davis. So you reject form. And there's people that encourage you to do this because they're trying to overthrow society. They reject God, they reject Christ, they reject that which is the harmony of the universe, form, beauty. And it causes degeneracy because, as Thomas Aquinas said, if those who can't see beauty in high things will see beauty in low things, or something like that. Where if you don't have beautiful architecture and you don't aspire to be a great pianist or, building something great, like just the beauty of carpentry or just anything, you will see the beauty in that which is the most raw, like a woman's body, because a woman's body is constructed in a beautiful way, but it will take you to a life of degeneracy because people need beauty in their lives. They need form. They need logos. They need, just that. What we consider beautiful is symmetry and harmony, and it's in everything. And so the modern art push, whether it's in literature or architecture or anything, it's to create a world where there's no beauty anywhere. Nobody's aspiring. No one's trying to make something great. So what do people do? They go down. And that's by design. It's a way to destroy people. And so that's why when people say, like, what do we do? I do these streams every day, and they say, what do we do? And I say, create, make something beautiful. It allows the human soul to rise. And it can be in the simplest way. That's why when people send me bear art, I post it, and people are like, wow, I can't believe someone just made that. Like, yep, that's how you beat it. It's that simple. Grow food, have a child, aspire, find a new skill. Like, okay, for example, my chicken coop. I'll show you this, and then we'll get back into music. So it started, and I'm not good at this stuff. This is brand new for me. I've been working on my ability to see form in wood and construction and stuff like that recently. But it's great. It helps me understand the form of my own home, and it helps me feel like I'm building something in a world that feels like it's falling down. And it's really important. So it started, so we're just building a floor. And by the way, the best concern trolling there is, it's not even trolling, is when people that know stuff about carpentry write to me. I love that stuff. When people are like, wrong hammer, you got to add this joint, blah, blah, blah. That's called helpful. So keep it up. I love when people do that. I like when people are hypercritical about that which I'm making because they're pointers. They help me. I don't like it when people are hypercritical about my character or my thoughts that they can't possibly know and attempt to passive-aggressively attack me because they can't attack my ideas. Those people will be banned for life. Okay, so it started with those. I understood, trying to make everything level. It's very hard on a slope. That wasn't done yet, by the way, so it's not lined up in that picture. But it's interesting. And when things go wrong and you have to adapt and figure something else out, and then figuring out how to make a floor, and then, there's a picture of my boy on the thing, and so today I did that. That's not easy to do. And that's with the help of the Amish. The Amish sent those beams already, we connected those. My wife actually put that square thing on there. And I was up a ladder, just measuring and angling. And I make mistakes, but it's a chicken coop. It starts with a chicken coop. And if there's a problem, I was telling my wife, I was up a ladder and she was like telling me to move something over. And I'm like, I'm not dying for chickens. So this is a good project. This is a way over the top chicken coop. They don't deserve this. But it's a way for me to work on building stuff where my family doesn't have to live in it and it fall down. So it's been a blast. And so that's why art is important. But it's not art because art has been hijacked. All right, I'll show you. I'll make the point and then I won't just ramble. All right, so this is bitches. This is kind of blue. There's still order in that. It's just a little bit chaotic to signify a certain mood that I don't think classical could quite show. You know, you can see raindrops on a windshield, you know, just that melancholy nature of city life, of isolation. It is in this, right? Okay, so by the end of Miles's career, this is called Bitches Brew. It's terrible. Just listen. Yeah, it's a complete rejection of form. So what it is when people base their foundation on a rejection of form, it never ends. You know, I was listening to E. Michael Jones talking about the Hindu religion, and I can't remember what animal is on the back of a turtle, but there's something on the back of a turtle, right? I'm literally tearing up in sadness. No, Overbear, this is good. Oh, you mean that noise? Yeah, I mean that was what happens when you do wizardry. But anyway, so the Hindu religion is there's some kind of animal on the back of a turtle. And then someone says, well, what's the turtle on? And they say, another turtle. And it's turtles, an elephant on the back of a turtle. And then the turtle is on another turtle, and it's turtles all the way down. That's what they say. So it's just fractal forever. And there's no base, and there's no meaning, and there's no logos. There's no form to that. And Vox Day wrote The Irrational Atheist, because atheism is actually the irrational argument. You know, if you say, how can something come from nothing? There's no answer to that. Something can't retroactively make itself. So atoms don't just form. That's illogical. That's literally illogical. That's without logos. There's no reason to that. So if something cannot come from nothing because nothing can't make something, that's literally impossible. So the basis of atheism is a rejection of form. Oh, it's horrible. What kind of music is that? That's the whole point, Kim. That was Miles Davis. That was Miles Davis. So Miles Davis started as this genius who could play a horn that would just come out of the darkness, you know, and there was real beauty to it. But even though it was starting to reject form, and then when you define yourself as the rejection of form, the rejection of logos, the rejection of the order of the universe, you end up that. You know, and that's why I remember going to a Fish concert when I was in high school, and they would have like 40-minute songs with no point. You know, you had all these awesome musicians, and there would be no start, no middle, no end. And every time they would reject another staple of music, the crowd would cheer and like, yeah, another thing that you broke. And I'll be honest, I hated it. I remember just being like, this is noise. And what it does, that frantic just, it's do as thou wilt. It's you do what you want with no thought at all to the beauty or form of what you're doing. Because art is a thing. Like piano is a thing. So there's this guy named John Cage. And what he did is he would play nothing for 7 straight minutes. And the music, he said, was the noises the audience would make in uncomfort. And people would buy that because people are pathologically open-minded sometimes. And so the song would be nothing. And people would say, oh, wow, that's so profound. No, that was a destruction of beauty. E. Cummings did that with poetry. You know, he would make poems just disjointed and nonsense. And the whole thing was based on prestige, that if someone had prestige, if someone had clout, if someone had a big name in art, you were wrong for not understanding it. You know, they would put a dot of period blood on a square of white. And people like me would say, that's ridiculous. And they'd say, you don't understand. And so that is how you destroy form. Because there is form. There's a form to the universe. There's an order to the universe that is in everything. And so 2 + 2 = 5 is a rejection of that. And morality is the same thing. That when you live a life of sin, it isn't because the church is imposing this on you. And yeah, tons of hypocrites, I get it. I still don't like the Catholic Church. I think it's full of shit. But like, understand that the idea comes from reality. That these laws of morality are to keep you sane and alive and to keep our society going. Like, let's look at what is now happening. Let's look at what happened. Like, the example of Miles Davis can be shown with all kinds of stuff. All right, so feminism comes out. One of the main proponents of feminism is a Jewish woman named, what's her name? Gloria Steinem. She is the voice of feminism. She's Jewish, and she worked for the CIA. So when people say, why do you bring up it? Because it's nonstop. It's just relentless. The rejection of logos, the rejection of order. And so feminism took away the order of women. Women, they were told that abortion is freedom and that marriage is slavery and that equal pay, all that was a giant trick to make them leave the protection of their home, which they would be mothers, they would have control, they would have influence, and they put them in a little cubicle with an abortion that's eating them, up inside. And the long road of equality leads to the fusion jazz. Bitches brew, right? So now we have this. With women in combat roles, a federal court rules the male-only draft unconstitutional. And I know people will be like, the draft itself is unconstitutional. Listen, I'm making a very specific point here. What starts as a break from form, from morality, from order, it sounds appealing at first because you're very trickable. So at first when it's like, women should be able to, and everyone's like, yeah, why aren't we able? It's like, but what are you? What are you? And by the end, women are now cannon fodder like men. There's no mom. And women don't want this. Women are horrified. Women with daughters look at this story and say, oh God, what have we done? Forgive us. So now a woman has lost her entire value in a culture that says men and women are equal. Now get in those salt mines. Now get in the front lines. And by the way, that is fair. You want equality? You got it. And it's hell. Because equality is not equality. Equality is the breaking and the absence of order. Men and women are different. And to deny that is to deny God himself. And what happens when you do that? You die. And that's no joke, guys. Look at this. Transgender sprinters finished first, second at Connecticut Girls Indoor. This has been opened from a rejection of logos. We are now entering hell. I mean, I'm not, because I haven't rejected logos. I've held on to it desperately this whole time and faced humiliations and blah, blah, blah. Of course, but it's worth everything. Look at this. Gay and trans sex education be taught to 5-year-olds in UK, and opting out is illegal. Welcome to tolerance. The UK Conservative government is set to announce plans for the introduction of lessons on homosexuality and transgenderism for primary school students, despite an official petition against the move signed by over 100,000. The Sunday Times. All right, so that's what happens when you reject morality, because you can't negotiate with order. Like if I'm playing canon in D, and I just go, you can't do that. There is an order. And art and entrepreneurship and creativity, I've learned what that really is. It's not a rejection of order. It's not a rejection of the word. It is trying to find more of it. It's trying to eliminate that which is not the order of the universe, that which is not harmony. It's an exploration into the world we can't possibly fully understand, and to learn more about what is possible with this order we've been given. And to reject it is to reject life itself, and you will pay dearly. We all will for these mistakes. And it's like, look at this, parenting magazines. What don't you see? There's no dads. The only dads are two homosexuals on the top playing make-believe. That's not the order. There's just women and children, women and children. It doesn't say motherhood, it says parents. And the only male is a homosexual, because sodomy is a rejection of the order of the universe. Sodomy takes that which makes life and makes it sterile. And without a father, a child doesn't connect as well to logos. There's no role model. There's no form, because the father, I was learning this from Jesse Lee Peterson, the father is the mouthpiece. It's the quasi form of God in the home. And then the father has to look to God to help guide him. And that's very important. And to take away that, and it's by design to make a family with no fathers, is how you get school shooters and zombies and weirdos and slaves. And it's just, it's every single school shooter did not have a biological father in the home. Every single one. Every single one. So the order matters. And creativity is not bad. Being open-minded is not bad, but it's open to what? Open to more order? From stress testing, because that's the difference between me and a lot of other comedians. A lot of other comedians, what they're doing is they're finding that which is social order, finding that which is harmony, and trying to overthrow it. What I do is I find that which is order and I test it. I find that which is taboo, the sacred cow, the whatever, and I flip it and I test it and I exaggerate it and I use irony, and then I see where the order really is. I break it down to its most primitive form, and that is where the social order is, and I embrace that. I don't try to destroy that. You know, as we saw right there with Miles Davis, he started by rejecting form in music, and at first it was interesting, and then it became madness. No one talks about Bitches Brew. No one talks about fusion jazz, because once you open that, it doesn't go. It's turtles all the way down. You know, an elephant on the back of a turtle. And what's the turtle on the back of? Another turtle, another turtle, another turtle. It's fractal. It never ends. That's why this rejection of logos is making our society insane. That now we have, I mean, when you see things like this, you know, transgender sprinter finished first, second at girls indoor. You realize that is men beating women at everything now. And if you told that to yourself 5 years ago, you wouldn't have believed it. So why does this happen? Because it's turtles all the way down. If you are not based on something foundational that does not change and is real, this will continue to happen exponentially until up is down is up. And you saw it, every single society that has rejected logos, this has happened to. And it goes to the point where no one can say a word of truth without death. And they die anyway. So the only way out of this, it's not depressing. The way out of this is speaking truth, finding the order, not rejecting logos. Do it in your daily life. You know, I was listening to E. Michael Jones, and someone said, how do we save the church? How do we fix the church? And he says, fix yourself. E. Michael Jones is what I always wanted Jordan Peterson originally to be. The hyper-intelligent academic who rejected academia. He got fired from a Catholic college because he was pro-life. And that dude says what he thinks. He gets it. You know, we disagree on things, but it doesn't matter because I know he says what he believes. And it's phenomenal to see someone with that wealth of knowledge from history and from everything reject the rejection of order. And so I wanted to talk about music today. So that's why, I'm picking this topic. So, order. And the math in music, like the 12-bar blues. It's the number 12 it repeats over and over and over again in everything. That's why yesterday I was talking about how there's God is in math. God is math. That which is true is God. And people are like, well, that's weird. No, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's just what it is. And so the Bible is almost like, it's almost like word math, where it's so true that if you don't do it, you die. That's as tested as anything can be. So when people say, yeah, I like part of the Bible, I don't like this part, I like thou shalt not steal, but I'm pretty into pounding my neighbor. It's kind of like saying, I'm really into these notes, but I just want to go. Like, that's not the song. And there is a psychological effect that when you remove beauty and order and higher art from a population, they seek beauty in lower places. And that's what causes degeneracy. Because the human spirit is dying to see form. It's dying to see God. And God is in a woman's hip. It's in sex. It's just there's no harmony in the stranger sex. I don't know. I'll read some super chats. I'll request some songs. We'll talk about it. Hit the Rogan's Up button. Will Deep State assassinate Hillary on campaign trail to tie up ends and defend against the impending narrative? Is she too powerful? Bill on board? It's way past all that. Like, these people are just, they're so far off the order that I have no idea. It's just, it literally is bitches brew. Like, this is Miles Davis's last album. It doesn't end. There's no ending. There's no point. Just, what's this? Don't you see that in the news now? Don't you see that with just this never-ending, it's the rejection of form. And it has to come from God. Atheism is, by definition, irrational. Nothing cannot make something. And so when people say, oh, you're an idiot for believing in God, it's logic. So if you reject God, if you reject that something has to make something, that nothing is not a creative force, then it's turtles all the way down. Then nothing matters. It's building a bridge on silt and not bedrock. Someone said kind of annoying but kind of cool. The only purpose for that would be to illustrate a scene in a movie. Like, let's say it was just everyone's coked out and shooting people and spiraling. Like, that is what that is. It's just the rejection of, modern art. It's for a reason. The inversion of truth, exactly. So let's read more super chats. BB saw one thing believable on Joe Rogan. He discussed the origin of the flat earth conspiracy as an onion-style gag started on 4chan. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I've never even been on 4chan. But it's not stupid. I get more emails about either sphere earth or flat earth than just about anything else. Whether someone's showing me the definite proof for sphere or flat or whatever. I just think it's interesting. It's just interesting that I think a lot of it is rooted in our distrust of NASA. I think that once you realize how much NASA has lied, I always just rooted it on the pictures they showed me. and the little cartoons. But I'm not that into it. Like it doesn't, what interests me is the fact it exists and the fact that it's a lot harder for people to disprove than they'd want to believe. That's what interests me. And other than that, I think it can be a little distracting. It can feel noise-like. You're making my eyes sweat. Oh, thank you. Love what you do, BB. God is the God of order. Well, that's what it is. And so, you shouldn't want chaos. People say that, you got to surf the line between order and chaos. It's like, no, you should want as much order as you possibly can have. You will have chaos. You will forget to zip up your fly. You'll lose some nails while you're hammering something. That will happen. That isn't something you need. We have chaos in us. But order is beautiful. Imagine hearing that when it was new. Someone heard that for the first time. Oh, Canon and D? Well, this is something I find interesting about the Middle Ages now. The Dark Ages, they call them. The amount of beautiful art and the amount of human progress, I think, has really been overlooked. Like, if you look at some of these cathedrals and some of these paintings and songs, it's just, and compare it to now. Now it's like, I'm getting sucked in the club. Bam, 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 bam. I'm getting sucked in the club. Compare that to it's insane. And we call that the Dark Ages. Like, those were times when people would sit around and watch other people play beautiful, very, very hard music. Someone said Renaissance? No, it goes back to before. You look at some of these cathedrals built in the 11th century, and it'll blow your mind. And then look at what we build now. Look at Obama's library. It's disgusting. It looks like a rejection of order. Because once you reject order, you can't see it anymore. You're blind to it. And that's why I can be ahead of the curve on a lot of issues that come to, people are like, oh, you called that a year ago. It's obvious if you see harmony in places. If you become your own God and you reject the obvious harmonies in the world, you don't see what's coming. I'm getting sucked in the club. Faithfully is a good song. My hands are going to be extremely cold, but I'll make it work. Listen to a video by Jacob Prash. Hopefully I'll remember. What does the word jazz mean? It means jizz. I've done whole bits on that. Jazz means jizz. And according to Henry Ford, jazz was invented by a Jew. Henry Ford wrote this whole thing called The International Jew, and he claims that it was invented by a Jew named something. Really funny stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's a subversive art form. It's supposed to not have rules, and that is the rule, which isn't really a rule. And then the Jewish Black music partnership has been insane. Look at Def Jam and all this stuff. It's all written. I did this sketch with Crowder. Let me see if I can pull this up right now. And Crowder. Hang on, come on. Oh, this is funny. Give me 1 second. So I'm playing. I can't believe how funny this is. I got to re-upload this. I forgot all about this sketch. So this pretty much is what the music industry is. And I won't do any commentary on it because it's just pretty obvious and I don't want to, really beat a dead horse here. But when Eminem did that rap about Donald Trump, this was the sketch we made. Give me 1 second. Wait, it's worth it. Let's just say I play a Jew. and I know how to play a Jew. My grandmother was Jewish, so I have a little bit of that in me. So I know how to be a complete scumbag. All right, watch this. Just a total. Hang on, what do we got here? Oh my God, this is so funny. I forgot all about this. Yeah.
Yo, it's the calm before the storm right here. Wait, how was I gonna start this off? Oh yeah, that's an awfully hot pot of coffee. Should I drop it on Donald Trump or not? Probably not until I develop a solid plot. Got a plan now, I got a hatchet. Like a Debapachi with the tomahawk, I'ma walk inside a mosque on Ramadan, say a prayer that every time Melania opens her mouth. I'ma stop. I feel like it's not landing.
What? It's gold. You're doing great, kid.
I don't know about that. The whole Apache thing seemed kind of insensitive, you know, like with the...
Don't worry about it, kid. Just read this, get back out there. Yeah.
Because racism's the only thing he's fantastic for. That's how he gets his rocks off. And he's orange. Yo, I gotta tell you, like, I don't think this shit is that strong.
What? It's gold.
No, man, I feel like it's played out thing like orange. I said I wanted some fresh material.
You're doing great, kid. No one can touch you. Now get out there and rap, but read the material. Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
All right.
Yes.
Now, that. This is for Colin. Ball up a fist and keep that shit balled like Donald the bitch.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm losing him, man. I don't feel this is... I think I'm losing him.
You're crazy, kid. You just called the President of the United States a big old bitch. Black people love that. It's B-E-T. Now get back out there. Eh? Yeah.
All right. Yo, he's gonna get rid of all immigrants. Donald's gonna build that shit up taller than this. Well, if he does build that shit, I hope it's made out of bricks. Cause like his politics, I'm coming nonstop and I'm gonna whip shit at the wall till it sticks. Bricks are porous. All right, yo. For anyone who's a fan of mine and his, I'm drawing a line in the sand. You're either for or against.
Whoa. You don't want to split the market there, kid.
No, I gotta do this. I gotta be real.
Just be real without pissing off half the country. Just call him a big old bitch, right? That worked, right? When you called him an orange bitch, right? Bitch.
Just call him a bitch. You're doing great, kid. No one can touch you. Yeah, BET is owned by Jews. It's funny. If you really understand that I'm not coming at this thing from this like crazy Jew hate situation, it's pretty funny and horrifying, but like the BET is owned by Jews. People, oh, why does it matter if it's Jews? Imagine if every Jewish synagogue was owned by Lutherans. That would be at the least interesting. Imagine if every like that record label, I don't know. Imagine if that song was only played by black guys. Or Lutherans. Let's just stick with Lutherans. Like every aspect of the Jewish world was only Lutherans. You know, like every kosher deli place, every kosher butcher shop, Lutherans. That's interesting. So like, if you had, okay, like the #1 Christmas album of all time was written and performed by a Jew, Neil Diamond. Or not written by, but like, Neil Diamond. How is that not interesting? Imagine if like Ben Shapiro, like the Daily Wire was owned by Lutherans and Ben Shapiro was owned by Lutherans. I don't know how else to describe it without showing that. I'm just trying to show you that like I'm not motivated by trying to like uncover the Jewish shit. It's just really funny when you understand that BET is owned by Jews. I mean, it's like, it's just fascinating. And I might have my buddy Tyler Goldstein on here because he's cool as shit, to really kind of fill us in on what they're really up to. Because it's just odd. Like how many things they own. I don't know. It's pretty funny. You know? I don't know. Oh, I found a Jewish janitor. There's a guy. There's a Jewish janitor. Someone sent me a Jewish janitor. So, yeah. There's one. All right. So, yeah, Goldstein. Yeah, he's a cool dude. But I want to, just want him to explain himself. Pronounce logos like you pronounce chaos because they're the opposite of each other. Logos. Chaos. Yeah, but there's an A in chaos. There's no A in logos. 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 That's why Slayer Raining Blood resonates, because that is the new atmosphere that we are born into. I love Slayer and Jesus. Confusing. I don't know anything about Slayer. I'll check it out. Yeah, Hugh Hefner is not Jewish. I know. All evil does not come from Jews. They're pokers and subverters. Not all of them. I mean, Brody Stevens, my buddy who just hung himself, is Jewish and definitely the most conservative person in all of stand-up in LA. Probably why he had to tap out. But it's just culturally they do have a bit of a revolutionary spirit at all times. And that, ends up with Boy Scouts being girls and shit like that. And that's annoying. It's really annoying. Just real pokey. Oh, if someone says I know Jones. Yeah, I'm also having, one of the Bears is a permaculture guy. I'm having him on this week. I'd love to have E. Michael Jones on because he's so smart. It's fucking insane. It's insane how smart the guy is. He's fascinating. He's from South Bend, Indiana. He lives in South Bend, Indiana, and he was like, yeah, I was doing this Irish folk music every night for the last 13 years, and I think I'm done. Logos. Listen, I pronounce it however the fuck I want unless there's a reason to pronounce it a certain way. Like the irony of all of this is the irony of the logos or logos pronunciation problem is you have to give like a reason why it's pronounced a certain way. Isn't that funny? Many Jews do own companies that are part of the decline of Western civilization. Yeah, but that's only because you take part in it. It's like, stop watching porn. Stop. Just stop. It's almost like the temptation. And then just don't, it's all these women sold out their own gender to abort a baby or some shit. Now they have to they're getting drafted to go to war. Look at this shit. I showed this earlier, but now we have over 4,000 people. So, look at this. With women in combat roles, the federal court rules the male-only draft unconstitutional, right? It's like what started with just women wanting free shit and just wanting to they want to be women and men. Now they are cannon fodder. So it's all about temptation. It's like, don't take what you don't deserve. It's because it never ends. You become Miles Davis. It's just, I quit porn for long enough that it's real easy once you get the hang of it. I quit porn for long enough that it just makes me feel bad when I look at it anymore. Once you get the hang of it, it's like there's no desire to. Like, I chewed tobacco for 15 years, more, 18 years. Quitting seem impossible. And then once I got past that hump, the smell of chewing tobacco right now would make me vomit. And I used to chew every day since I was like in high school. It's so similar to porn. It's like once you get past that hump, like once you get past that those like the habit of it, where you just want to, can't sleep, like, oh, I'm gonna watch some porn and whack it. Once you get past that bullshit, it's not only is it easy, you're like, I can't believe I just sat around watching that shit. And your life gets better. You see more in the world. It really does limit your view of the world. There's a military purpose of porn. Someone emailed me that they're fascinated by the military implications of pornography, and I should do a whole stream about that. So maybe if E. Michael Jones is down to talk about it, that can be one of the topics, because he's talked about that a bunch, where, smut in different forms throughout different eras was shipped into countries or regions that people wanted to subvert. It's for a reason. If you're watching porn, you're watching a broken and abused daughter. Gross. Yeah, that helped me break this cycle as well. Because just think about why they're doing it. Because it's so addicting. It's so addicting. I'm not coming at this from this judgmental place. I used to have like 8 windows open. Just being like, just whacking myself silly. Like, I'm not coming at this from a judgmental place. And I know that a lot of people are not going to be capable of quitting for whatever reason. But if you can, it's so clarifying. And it gives you energy. It's just, you see the world better. You have more respect for yourself. It just isn't a good thing, Yeah. All right. Flamenco Sketches is based off a song by Bill Evans called Peace Peace. Check it out. Gorgeous song. Bill does the piano solo on Flamenco Sketches. Yeah, that whole album is beautiful. Kind of Blue. Because there is a little bit of chaos and sadness and depression. And so when someone shows the authenticity of that in music, I appreciate the art of it. But when you accept the rejection of logos as your art, as your form, you're fucked. Like, requesting a channel plug. Recently won a copyright dispute on YouTube. Inspired to fight by you. Oh, cool. Local enterprise broadcasting. Well done. Fighting is good. You just choose your battles. Figure out what is to be endured versus what is to be fought. Who knows what the future entails? All I know is our culture is rejecting logos too much. There is form to this world. And don't let people trick you into thinking that there isn't, that everything is art. Everything is not art. Punching yourself in the face is not ballet. It isn't. Ballet is a thing. Chicken poop is corrosive to wood and metal. Coops can't have a floor. Deep mulch bedding gives heat in cold weather. Yeah, no, we've had chickens for a long time now. Like, I'm pretty good with the chicken situation. We're just trying to, we got a really good deal on this shed because it was all broken apart. We had to put it together and everything. And who knows, we want to have a ton of chickens because we have 2 children and a giant. And we're trying to get as many children as we can. So we're going to start again when Charlie's around 1, because that's enough healing for Amy from her C-section that she had to have. And so eggs are a fantastic source of protein. So we're trying to get like 30, 40 eggs, and we can give them to our neighbors. It's great. Just a great source of protein. And with these, homeschool legislation is being passed all over the place, making it harder and harder. So, of course, my first instinct is run somewhere else, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming. But no, we're not. We're staying here. And everywhere you go, you are where you are. I'm glad we're out of New York. I'm glad we're out of California, but our neighborhood is so safe and so insular and so everyone knows each other and there's only one way in, no way out. And we're staying here. Fuck it. Hills to die on. Carpentry woodworking is the art of hiding your mistakes. Love your work, BB. Thank you. That's awesome. Check out Joel's Salatin chicken coop. It's mobile. I have a mobile chicken coop. It's called the Ark. We have one chicken that's kind of he's got a poofy head, and he was getting bullied by we have two other roosters they were real alpha, obviously. One of them I've already chopped his head off and eaten him, so he's no longer alpha. But he was almost pecked to death, so we put him in this Ark thing, and then we went to it's mobile, and then we went to an animal auction, and we got him two other poofy-headed little hens, and they're having a blast. Like, they're producing 2 eggs a day, whereas my other 13 are it maybe 5. So I'm really pumped. And he survived. Now he's flourishing. He's crushing. It's great. He's got this big poofy head. Was he tasty? Oh, delicious. There's nothing better than home-raised chicken. It doesn't have as much meat on it, but it's delicious. Delicious, delicious. There's just more flavor. Everything about it is better. But I'm not really in the business of doing that whole just slaughtering chickens and eating them. I like it when they produce. I want the hens to give me eggs every day, like hoes, But if one acts up, he gets his head chopped off, or she gets her head chopped off, and then they're eaten, and it's great, and it's actually way, way, way more ecological than these idiots that make it seem like it's bad to slaughter and eat animals. It's like you eat every bit of it, and they had a great life, and they died without any pain. So there's that. There's no pain in it. You hold them upside down where they get in a trance. They don't even know. They're just so relaxed. And then, pop, you just chop their head off. They don't know what's coming. And their life was amazing. Their life was free range, just banging and whatever. They're just chickens. And these other people they'll just throw away all this chicken that they get from, these horrendous chicken houses, and they're like, oh my God, you killed a chicken? It's like, yeah, yes, I did. Ban me for life, sodomite coward. No, I hope you live 1,000 years. I talked to Dr. Jones' wife, and they'd be down to talk to you. Awesome. That's fantastic. I'd love to. T.S. Eliot wrote nonsense poems to destroy the beauty of poetry, but after he became a Christian, he wrote beautiful poems. Right. The rejection of God is chaos. There's so many things I'm learning lately. It's like it wasn't people who wrote the Bible. I mean, they wrote it, but it was over, like the Old Testament was over a huge amount of time where they saw what was happening, and they're just documenting it. Yeah, and the Gospels are a witness. It's a witness to something. And the way it's shown to people where it's like, oh, the church is trying to hold you down by... Dude, I don't even think contraception's good. I mean, I get it. Of course I get it. I fucking get it. I don't want to sound like a Puritan, but it's like, when you respect what the sex act is, your life is way better. It just is. I don't know. It's like, well, you fucked a lot of people. Yes, I have. I've had sex with a lot of women in my life. Because at the time, I thought that was the right thing to do. And it was fun. And I didn't understand that there was consequences. So now I'm telling you about the consequences. Because, all right, like birth control, what that does long term. Short term, I get it. It's a blast, right? But long term, it devalues women and oddly makes them more into sex objects, and it devalues them. Look at how women, their lives are now compared to 50 years ago. There isn't a woman alive that would rather live today than then, as far as how they're treated. They're treated like shit now. You know, they're just treated awfully, awful. And back then they weren't. You know, it was like so a boy like really want to date a girl, and his voice would crackle because he was so nervous. And like their families would evaluate each other, and there'd be a chaperone just to make sure there's no funny business. Think about how much more respect women got. Now women are on Tinder getting swiped. Swipe, 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 swipe. Oh, I'll fuck this chick. All right. I'll fuck her. All right. I got to get out of here. I'll lie to get out of the bed. It's disgusting. It's like, it's so bad with it. Because back in my day when it was before Tinder or any of that bullshit, but it was like, I kind of bought the bullshit that women are just like men in that sense with sex, where it's like, oh, women, how dare the church say that women can't enjoy sex like men can enjoy sex? And I was like, yeah, how dare they? They're not wired that way. They're not. They're not. You know, they're just not wired that way. And they can think they are briefly, and then they realize they're not. It destroys their psyche. It's horrible. So that's the deal. All right, let's read some more. Chicks weren't so fat back then. No, they weren't. And they also weren't as depressed. They weren't all on fucking meds so they don't put a gun in their mouth. All right. Courtship. Just listen to the MGTOW community. Men don't want to commit anymore. Why should they? If there are hoes. Well, listen, men are treated like shit now too, because it's a both sides are treated like shit. Men are treated like shit in the courts and in just all of media, all of music, all of it. You know, you can rise above it though. Don't listen to the Jews. You know, that's another thing. It's like people just bitch about like look at how we're depicted in movies and in fucking commercials. It's like, yeah, why do you care? Go kill a chicken and eat it and then make another baby. You don't think I experienced that? I'm 38. Like, I'm not that old. It's like my life has been a series of commercials and movies and TV being like, even dad can do it. I'm like, guy's a fucking pussy. They're going to constantly be tricking and poking. Just know that. NASA means to deceive in Hebrew. Love your campfire talks, bro. I looked that up. There's apparently it doesn't. You know, my Israeli friend said it doesn't. It means something totally weird and different. But, you know, she's a Jew, so she's probably trying to trick me. Who knows? In good news, BB, Cardinal Pell has been, excuse me, 1 second. I missed it. I'm trying to like hit that's why I do super chats earlier now. So that I try to not miss things. Because I appreciate you people. I really do. Cardinal Pell has been found guilty of child sexual assault. Here's to him spending eternity in an overly hot and painful place. Yeah, but it's also up to the family. See, this is the cycle of it. It's like the family gets all broken down. The community gets all broken down. Multiculturalism is not a strength. And so when we figure out that someone's up to some shit, no one can really do anything about it. That's why, but I'm glad that happened. I'm a 40-year-old, tall, reasonably attractive guy. Where can I find a woman who isn't crazy? Well, all women are crazy, but you have to just be strong enough where you get they feel safe enough to show you their best side. I don't know. I mean, anywhere. I found Amy on the street, walking dogs. I just ran the street. They're everywhere, and they want you to be strong for them. They don't want this world anymore. They hate it. Most women at this point realize they've been absolutely tricked or they're insane. But not like crazy, like fun woman crazy, like legit bad. Hi, BB, I'm bad religious people and good atheists being condemned. God can work through atheists as the devil can work through godly men. God bless. Yeah, it's true. It is true. Because I know atheists that think they're focused on, they focus on order. They just haven't seen the full order yet. They don't realize that nothing can't make something. And I truly don't understand how more people don't see that. Something can't come from nothing. It's like, well, the Big Bang. What banged? Who banged it? Well, you don't have a degree in the proper. No, it's obviously stupid. The Big Bang isn't stupid. It's just something banged it. Something did it. Something made it. What is that? Nothing? So, like, where are the other bangs happening just randomly? So it's never happened ever again, and there's no explanation at all, but yet that's logical? No. Sorry, Sam Harris, you big-eared freak. Oh, and your fearless talk on subjects has helped me break out of the paradigm of thinking habits my mind was imprisoned to. Might be verified as Zane Bear. Welcome, Zane Bear. It's the only way to survive. Literally. Because you can't possibly remember everything you say. And so, a lot of people watched my my hoaxed interview, and one of the big feedbacks I got was that I haven't changed. That was from almost 2 years ago. And maybe I'll play it at the end or something, but and people were like, yeah, you haven't changed. And back then you said nice things about Rogan. It's like, yeah, that's why they try to disrupt. That's why they try to disrupt timelines. That's why they kick people like me off social media or YouTube or something. Because when you see long-term consistency of thought versus Joe who became a toe Rogan, it's obvious who's lying. The one who doesn't, I'll change what I think, or I'll grow as a person, or I'll think something and then change it. But like the basics, the fundamentals, that which I'm coming from doesn't change. And so when people see that, they're like, oh, wait a minute. You're not operating out of constant envy for a guy who's 3 inches tall. BB, thoughts on metal music? It has both ugly and order and very masculine and angry. I feel it's barbaric yearning for beauty that was earned over centuries, but now degenerating. Metal is trauma. I don't know much about metal, but as long as it's not like 30 minutes long and has form to it, c'est la vie, man. Like loudness isn't a rejection of form, or like anger isn't a rejection of form. It just can't just be random bullshit. Projection is the evil tool of the left. Pay attention. It's true. Well, a lot of them are just insane at this point. Like they can barely tie their shoes. God's plan is known as duality. Logos plays a role in duality. I don't know what that means, but thank you. 9 Inch Nails, Reptile. I don't know that song. Nikola Tesla said if you understand 369, you have the keys to the universe. 12, 1 plus 2 equals 3. 3 minus 6 minus 9, or 369. I need more, Tony. That didn't quite hit me in my fun zone. Hey, Owen, I agree. End game scenario for American society will be awful, especially the way it's going now. People think I'm crazy. Yeah, but you also don't know. Russia collapsed peacefully. That's why I say what I say. It's like if people accept order, you never know, man. You never know. You never know what we do. We have a ton of wealth. We have a ton of land. We're protected by 2 oceans. That being said, a lot of people hate us. We're degenerating into fractal oblivion. But you don't know. You don't know what it's going to be. And the only thing we can possibly do is, keep our shit straight. British Empire collapsed peacefully. That's true. Yeah, I know. But then, now they're being overtaken by muzzies. But you don't know. It doesn't have to be fire. It just doesn't. It's collapsing. We all know it. But we don't know what the future is. We just don't. You think fractals are bad? No, fractals aren't bad. It's not good or bad. It just is. It's like fractals as far as your own morality are bad. Allowing yourself to just go off exponentially is, of course, that's bad. But fractals in math, it's not bad. Whatever is. All right. I've always wanted to hear the main track from The Last Mohicans on the piano. I don't know that. Sorry. Can you play GNR Strange, Big Bear? Shout out to the Blue Bears. I don't know that one, but I'll play a little GNR. She's got a smile that it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories where everything was as fresh as the bright blue sky. Now and then when I see her face, it takes me away to that special place. I know what that song kind of reminds me of is Comfortably Numb a little bit, because it's a moment that reminisces you to a childhood moment that you can't put your finger on. You know, there is no pain you are receding. She's got eyes of the bluest sky. You know, it's kind of interesting. Hi Owen, I'd like to spend a couple bucks to say Idaho is gorgeous. Anyway, keep up the good work, BB Idaho Grizzly Bear. P.S. Idaho love. Yeah, dude. I mean, my first instinct is let's get the fuck out of here and go to Idaho, but there's always going to be something. I know Jones. I'm fixing his garage. Did he get a hold of you? I told him about the stream where you mentioned him. I can connect you with him. He needs the bears. Can I be EMJ Friend Bear? Yes, welcome. Yeah, let's get him involved because he's insanely smart, but not just one of these intellectual dark web sodomites. Like, he calls out sodomy hard. Huge sodomy call-out guy. All right. Jazz in German is Schräge, which means oblique. Interesting. I don't think that's where it comes from. It meant cum, like the stuff that comes out of your penis. And it was widely known to mean jizz in the black community. Hey, Big Bear, I just uploaded my first official single to the channel called Peachy. It's also on Apple Music and Spotify. Sweet. Unfortunate Samaritan is the name of that young human being. Have you looked into the mud flood in the Great Tartaria Empire? It's pretty fascinating. Hang in there, BB. You're killing it. I listened to one pod about it, but I couldn't understand what was happening. It was just people being like, yeah, man, Tartaria. It was on a map, and then it wasn't. I'm like, I think I was falling asleep while I was listening to it. I'll look more into it. If you have any recommendations, please comment on this video and let me know. Because some of these things, it's tough to get into, like shit that people know a lot about. Like QAnon, I wouldn't even know how to even start that. Because you like Google QAnon and it's just like nothing. It's just all propaganda. So I don't know how to even start that. My 7-year-old son asked me, Mom, how can I make you laugh? And my heart burst into pieces. I love to laugh. He knows that, and he noticed I haven't. Not okay for my boy to ask that. Killed me. But it's also beautiful. He's paying attention to you. You know, you have good times and bad times. Like, life isn't always full of laughs. Sometimes I don't laugh. It's like, your son sounds like a good dude, and he was just wanting to know why you're not, how can he make you laugh? You know, most of human existence was a lot less laughing. MD Erickson, ever feel conflicted playing music Henry Ford hates? No, I don't care about what Henry Ford likes or hates. He was pretty funny when he calls out the Jews, though. Man, Henry Ford really gets it. New member, keep it up. Song request, Jet by Wings. I don't know that one. No question, just some love from North American Man Bear Love Association. What? Oh, okay. Jesus, that just scared me for a second. Man Bear Love, that's funny. All right, thank you, Gummer Bear. For a second, I was like, wait a minute, is that what, did you just seriously say that? God made consonant and dissonant harmonics in every tone, but the dissonance has weaker amplitude and doesn't dominate. Good rule for living life. Let me think of that. God made consonant and dissonant harmonics in every tone, but the dissonant has weaker amplitude and doesn't dominate. Good rule for life. Yeah, that's fascinating. It's like there's always going to be dissonant. But see, I want to know if God made that or is that part of the fallen world? I don't know. I mean, yeah, there's always dissonance in life, but like you don't have to accept it. It's always going to be there, but like to try to not have dissonance is I think a good thing. Because that's what I didn't like about Peterson was his acceptance of chaos. We're always going to have chaos. Like we want 5 kids. We're probably not going to get 5 kids. But the fact we want more kids is good. That's the thing. It's like, what's your goal? Like, what do you want out of life? Do you want life or do you want death? Do you want order or do you want chaos? Some people want chaos. They want it. They want that. They want to take what is beautiful and destroy it. We're always going to have it in our lives, but it's just getting out of control, you know, and the acceptance of it and almost like the worship of it. Got to have order. According to soy math, a 6'8" tall man with an 8-inch penis would have a 5.5-inch penis if they were 5'9". About the same size as the average Asian man. Soy math. I think you could put your math skills to better use. Oh, and this is my favorite topic. Please consider playing Muta Bale's sound bite at 7:15 of the video, What's Wrong with Hip Hop? Influence in Satanism. I'm confident it will illustrate this well. Muta. All right, do I just find this video? What's wrong with hip hop? Muta Beal. Muta Beal. What's wrong with hip hop? That was just so specific that I'm gonna try it. What's wrong? My fingers are so cold. Let's take a look here. I don't understand this. What's wrong? Oh, here we go. So 7 minutes in. Hang on, I'll check that again. Give me a second. 7:15. Cool. Wait a second.
Hip hop nowadays is very hard to even define it because every year it come up with something crazier. But I know hip hop started in the Bronx, New York.
All right, can you guys hear that? I'm just gonna check with my people. Can you guys hear it? You guys hear it?
The whole rap thing where I recall and remember when rap first started off, it was all about trying to help each other get out of the struggles of in the inner city. And it started off with everybody talking about we're going to go back to the motherland in Africa and we're going to help each other. But now hip-hop is way far away from what it started, from the foundation of basically positive and getting the people out of the struggles of the inner city.
Yeah, but real quick, that's not positive. Go back. Where are you going to go? Sierra Leone? You die of malaria? Maybe you'll get eaten? This guy sounds like he's speaking honestly, though, so he has value. Let's keep listening.
Right now, hip-hop, from what we know, is all about how much guns you shot, how many people you murdered, how many women you fornicated with, disrespecting women and disrespecting other people. Is basically to the point where it's even hard to define hip-hop, as far as my concern. Unfortunately, man, I think, the Shaitan, he beautified that lifestyle where when a person turn on the television, they see these rappers and it look as if their life is just full of happiness. They see them for a 5-minute video, a bunch of cars, mansions, money, but they don't get to see these people behind the scene. That most of the people in the entertainment business, unfortunately, they are some of the most unhappy people on the face of the earth. Even though their music videos might display another characteristic of these people, but these people, they not happy. And I was one of those people. It was it's like the people are searching for something to drink. Everybody's thirsty.
Oh, dude, that's great. Because it's like, he doesn't quite see the whole picture, but what he's saying is, it started as form and became chaos. Because when you reject logos, when you reject form, when you reject that which is, you're always thirsty. You're thirsty forever. That's why people think I'm insane, because I don't want to go on the road. I'm not looking to be in movies and stuff. Like, I had a bunch of casting directors hit me up for like pilot season and shit, and they're like, yo, man, you're really talented. We'd like to get you in on some stuff. I didn't even write back. And they'd be like, what's up? I'm like, dude, I'm out. I'm out. Like, people don't understand the concept of not being thirsty. It's one thing to be ambitious. It's one thing to work hard. It's one thing to, wake up and work all day. That's not thirsty. Thirsty is like, I want to get on that plane. I want to get more recognized. It's that guy doesn't see the big picture though. Wakanda was created by Jews. Do you guys not know that? When I say this stuff about Jews, like, it's so pervasive, it's hysterically funny. Wakanda was written by 2 Jews. It was created in the mind of 2 Jews. That's real. Some people are like, oh, you're anti-Semitic. Guys, it's all of it. The guys who produced NWA, Dre, Jay-Z. You crazy for this one, Rick? Yeah, it's Rick Rubin. Wakanda was created by Jews. If that doesn't make you be like, really? Stan Lee is Jewish? You think? And so it's like, yeah, but it's not because they're Jewish. Oh, BET is owned by Jews. The Black Panthers were started by Jews. They're called proxy warriors. When you're trying to subvert a group of a civilization, society, you find people on the periphery and you amp them up. You go, yeah, kid. Yeah, kid. Black Panther was nominated for Best Picture. Jews started the whole movement. That's real. That's so provable. Gloria Steinem, the woman who started feminism in America, Jewish. You want to know who she's married to now? Christian Bale's father. Isn't that fascinating? The guy died, and so now she is technically Christian Bale's mother. Yikes. NAACP, started by Jews. Southern Poverty Law Center, started by and run by Jews. All of it. And so that's why when I think people are insane for not being able to spot that consistency. And no, I'm not condemning all Jews. I'm just saying that there is something going on. Christian Bale, Jews started the NAACP. Of course they did. Of course they did. Jews also run Hollywood. Obviously, that's not exactly a revelation, but thank you for that. Jews have their Rogans and everything. Yeah, and the way they got the Catholic Church is sodomy. They got the sodomites to get on board. Christian Bale. I know, dude, I get it. I get it, man. I think I'm turning into a Nazi. The Nazis weren't right, though. The Nazis had a different problem. You know, they were they were the, if you speak truth and create, you might be able to land the plane peacefully, like the Russian Empire, the British Empire. If you continue down this road of just nihilistic, upside down ridiculousness, you get a group of people that are ready to smash it and break it and burn it, and that's not a good time. That's not a good time, guys. They were occultists, you know. They weren't about Logos. They weren't. I mean, listen, I feel for the guys. There's a lot of sodomites in that crew. A lot. A lot. Nazis were a false flag. So what? Well, the concept of being white. This is why I say I'm a white enthusiast, and I find it pretty funny. Nazis were not nihilists. A lot of them were. A lot of the brown shirt guys were as fuck. Absolutely were nihilists. A lot of those guys were like, we don't care about anything. We burn whatever you say. Oh, a lot of homos. True. And I get it. I get it. The Weimar Republic was bad. It required a wrecking ball. What the hell was I just going to talk about, though? It sounded pretty interesting. Forgot. It was from Aleister Crowley. See, I don't know about any of that shit. Hey, BB, What about Trump talking about going after the anti-Semites everywhere? He says whatever. He just says random shit. No one even knows what anti-Semites mean. It's a term from like the late 1800s that isn't specific. What the hell? I was just about to talk about something. Jews were 6% of Germany and had 96% of the money. Right. America's 1% of our population is Jewish and 40% of the billionaires are Jewish. And yet you can't criticize them because it's called a random nonsense word. BB, why don't you have promo codes? Because I'm not a sodomite. We're talking about Wakanda. Oh, yeah. All right, I'll just read some more super chats. Hitler was a sodomite. You can't. That's not proven. I think that he was a destroyer. He was a revenge guy. Like, he was a guy that was like, I know what you guys were up to in World War I, and then you took everything from us, and now you're gonna pay. And that is that's intense, dude. Yeah, I mean, as a father, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking to land the plane peacefully. But the whole demonization of Hitler is ridiculous. It really is. It's like, how do you not see that as the option for those guys? Like, after World War I, when you just... like, Berlin was the... I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. It was just Sodom and Gomorrah shit. It was like they were humiliated. They were impoverished. They were rejecting everything. Like, and everyone was a vet, you know, a lot of like one-armed, one-eyed guys walking around. Wasn't Hitler half Jew? I highly doubt it. I think that a lot of that propaganda is just propaganda. All of it. He wasn't a fucking Rothschild or any of that shit. Hitler did make his soldiers do meth, though. Yeah, he was getting them jacked. Berlin was total debauchery. Yeah. Vox's stream on the corporate vampire is eye-opening. Oh, dude, every one of his streams are eye-opening. The vampire is the opposite of Jesus Christ. Have you ever thought about that? Jesus Christ shed his blood to give us eternal life. A vampire takes your blood so he can have eternal life. Isn't that fascinating? It's the literal inverse of Christ. Christ shed blood to give eternal life. The vampire sucks blood so he can have eternal life. Wow. So intense. It's the inverse. And there's actual vampires now. I mean, Peter Thiel has a company. I'm not a vampire bat, by the way. I've never thought of that. Well, I didn't come up with it. It wasn't something I was listening to. It's probably E. Michael Jones. I was on a bender. Through Garlic Corporation. Everything is about inversion. But it's about fighting the inversion. You can see through it. Once you see through it, you're like, fuck that. Holy shit. Oh, I know, right? It's so interesting when you see that. It's like why I make fun of sodomy so much. Sodomy takes that which creates and makes it dead, makes it sterile, makes it empty. It's the inverse of sex. It's like the usury fiat currency that we live in, the debt-based economy. You take something dead and you make it appear to be fruitful. And it's the opposite. Yeah. The vampire takes our blood so he can have eternal life. And Christ gave his blood so we could have it. Yeah. It's intense. It's intense. Please play Crazy. I know you played it a few times, but you reinvented it for me. Much love. Great stream today. Okay, Isaac. Isaac Asimov. I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so special about that place. Even your emotions had an echo with so much space. No, that's not it. Hang on, what is that? So it goes. That's what I played, isn't it? Even your emotion that echoes so much space. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Probably. No, that's not it. What the fuck is that that chord? Hang on. It's gotta be. I remember when I lost my mind. Something special about that place. Maybe I must let it go with so much space. Yeah, that's right. When you're out there, yeah, I was out of touch. And it's no coincidence I fall. I just knew too much. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. Does that make me crazy? Probably. I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so special about that place. Maybe your emotions had an echo with so much space. When you're out there, yeah, I was out of touch. And it's no coincidence I fall. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. All right, there's a little music for you guys. Oh, and by the way, someone sent me a video. A bunch of comedians are pretty pissed about Brody Stevens' suicide. Of like, he was trying to do this show with Tony Hitchcliffe and all those guys, and they were like kicking him out and being real mean to him and shit. It was a real bad scene there these days. LA comedy is toast. It's toast. And I can't believe what happened there. Your description of Jews sound just like Satan. Hey, whoa, I'm not the one who just said that. Hey, BB and Bears, watch some crazy testimonies on YouTube channel called Kill the Beast, Alex Jones, MK Ultra, Bohemian Grove level stuff. I just let those videos find me. You know, I don't need to search for them. They're always coming into me. And I'm like, whoa, holy fuck, what's going on in Antarctica? You look really good with a jawbone. Skull bad. That's a good point. I'm glad I quit. Short on cash, but need to make recommendations. Declaring the End from the Beginning conference just happened this weekend on YouTube. Please check it out. Declaring the End from the Beginning conference. I don't know what that means. Local enterprise broadcasting. Served 4 years in the Marines. Everyone in the military has hours of porn, especially overseas. It's kind of weird now that I'm looking back. Yeah, when I did that USO tour, I tried to watch porn in Iraq, and the Arabic was like, "Oh no, you don't look at the tits," because they get it. The Muzzies get it. Like the Muzzies know that if you remove porn from people, they will fucking fight a tank. Dude, porn subverts. Also, though, when you're overseas, I mean, I get the logic of that, where you're like, you know, you got to drain balls so no one's just raping. But at the same time, it's like the purity you get from not watching porn. Not purity, we're all fucked, but like, it's pretty legit. Comedy industry is dead. Independent is all we got. That's true. You can't kill comedy, just like you can't kill order. You can't kill the order of the universe. They can try. Because I realize now it's all hush money. The way Hollywood works, $500,000 for a Netflix special, that isn't remotely connected to supply and demand. That's hush money. Like, these people are getting paid to lie and to, like, sell out their own people and to sell out everything. Like, some of these guys, you wouldn't believe how much money they make. Some of these comedians that suck. They suck. Just millions. And it's hush money. No one wants it. It has to be agenda-driven somehow. Susan Rice is on the board of Netflix. It's all, like, dude, it's all CIA shit. Of course. But Netflix brands your ass. Oh, dude, it's all nonsense. And there's nothing that's worth that. You know, you get the whole world for your soul. No way. I need tips on quitting chewing tobacco. I've been trying to quit for years. I went on a bender. I chewed and eat it and swallow it, puke. You know, like really fucking make it so the smell drives you insane. And then just fucking lock it down. And just enjoy the pain of it. Sometimes like quitting things is fun. Like just enjoy how it makes you feel. Like just the pain. Just be like, yeah, that's just like, that's a monster I'm killing, you know? Tried watching Toe Rogan's latest. Yeah, it's terrible. It's unwatchably bad. Unwatchingly bad. Unwatchably bad. And Satan is creating his order out of chaos. Well, it's chaos. Chaos is the satanic order, which isn't. That's why Satan always loses. It isn't a winnable strategy. But it feels really good for like a minute. Hit the Rogans up, everyone. Thank you, Amanda. Playing rock and roll is tantamount to porno, maybe? That's, I don't know. No. It's, if you're aware of things, you just see things for what they are. I mean, I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there. And you can see the fucking agendas behind stuff and what it does. But no, it's not the same as porn. Paul Joseph Watson vids on modern art are hilarious. Kind of ties in with the stream, I think. Yeah, I mean, if you get it, you get it. And England has been on a crusade to destroy beauty in their art. I mean, it's just... God destroyed the Jews in Jeremiah because they were worshiping Baal, ranked as the first and principal king of hell. Christian Bale, baby, American Psycho. Hey, Owen, I think progress is like walking towards a fire. There's a point where it is warm and good, where you think you should stop, yet evil and progressives want you to keep walking until you are burning. That's interesting. It's just there is one way. Like literally one way. And it's so infinite that it's so impossible to understand that it is not limiting. Like if you take one square of music, one octave, there's an unlimited amount of things you can do with that within the rules. It's like marriage. You know, when you swear your life to another person, you know, Satan will make you think like, oh, you've just, you know, no one else, you're now limited, you're closed off. No, you're opened up. Because when you keep being with other people, you're always in one spot. It's just one gear. Imagine you're in one gear in a million good cars. Like when you lock it down and accept order and the harmony of the universe, you can go forever. There's no amount you can't learn. It's not limiting. It's freeing. And so there's one way. There's only one way. But that way isn't limiting. It's what sets you free. The truth will set you free. It's fascinating. Satan's order is the New World Order. It requires chaos. Then he offers the unifying solutions. Yeah, but chaos doesn't have solutions. It never ends. It's turtles forever. It's exponential chaos, you know? And that's what it is. There is no New World Order. It's a paradox. It can't exist. It can't exist. It's just the next thing to reach to that then gets undercut. I'm a new MMA is only a little gay. I'm new. MMA is only a little gay. MMA isn't gay. UFC is gay. This stream is crushing. Thanks, brother. Anytime, Cave Bear Chris. Thanks for the super chat. Hang on, I gotta stay in order here. Hang on, I'm almost there. Almost there. Sorry about this. Please play crazy. All right, there we go. Bear Gold. All right. Any advice for someone who just ruptured a hemorrhoid? Don't talk about it publicly. Galaxy Bear. Love you, Owen. Thanks for everything you do. I'm 33, but already have 5 great kids. My wife is awesome. Can you verify me as Galaxy Bear? Welcome. You sound awesome. Owen, I love it when you host InfoWars. Thank you, Dominic. Yeah, I hosted today. Twink Bear here. That's why I chose to be gay. Once they start treating men better, I'll go back to women. Twink Bear, get off the sodomy. Corinthians says, imagine it was called Canadians, that the Old Testament is an ensemble for our belief, aka a living enactment for us to see what not to do. Yes. In California, the women are crazy feminists. Women all want strong male leadership. Just be strong. Thoughts on Crowder's Oscars copyright strike? That sucks. I mean, you know, it just sucks. It's the world we navigate in now. It's bullshit. We women are everywhere looking for real men, right? And we're in this world of holograms. Freedom or war? Dude, first the height, now the ears too. Asshole. What would I do with ears? Oh, is that making fun of Sam Harris? Chickens are electrocuted now. My dad's field. I don't know what that means. I made a track video called Eminem Diss the Gravy on my YouTube channel at the same time you and Crowder made that sketch. So funny. Check it out if you can. I will if I remember. Hey, BB, any chance you'd be willing to give Catholicism a closer look? Currently infiltrated by communist gays, including current Pope. Even you quoted St. Thomas Aquinas earlier. Yeah, I mean, E. Michael Jones has made me like have a new appreciation for Catholicism because I was raised Catholic and I hated it. And he admits that it's fucked. Because the Catholics that don't admit how fucked it is, I don't trust at all. And I think that he got a Catholicism that doesn't exist right now. I got the corrupted version that sucked. So I'm rooting for you guys. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of complicated things going on with it. But yeah, it's sodomy really got the best of a lot of Catholicism. Yo, BB, can I be Arizona Bear or AZ Bear if it's taken? Welcome, Arizona Bear. My dad was a Jew janitor. He owned a cleaning company. Yeah. No, I mean like someone who's employed as a janitor. He owned a cleaning company after getting his start from his union boss uncle who ran the Broadway Union. Love the stream, BB. You can't become a member via iOS devices. He owned a cleaning company. That doesn't count as being a janitor. But respect. He sounds great. Like legit. He sounds like one of the good ones. Slayer's song, Beauty Through Order, 5 stars. I'll check it out. Hey, Owen, are you able to shed some light on Ian Omar? I'm very curious about her. She's not normal. I don't know anything about her. She sounds very muzzy. Please play We Didn't Start the Fire. My fingers are already getting extremely cold. Black Sabbath always gets me juiced. I want to reach the sun, but I don't need to fly. I don't know what that means. I got Strong Urge to Fly, but I got Nowhere to Fly To by Pink Floyd I don't know. Hey, Owen, love your streams. You're hilarious. Can I be verified as Peach Tea Bear? Welcome. Have you seen the defected Russian Yuri Bezmenov interview? He's one of my literal heroes. He literally explained how the Marxists are demoralizing the country to take over 1985. Yeah, he got it. He gets it. He gets it. That dude gets it. Yuri Bezmenov is a legend. BB, do you know Music Box Dancer by Frank Mills? I do not. Also, you're giving great advice on God and family. It's too late for me, but younger bears will benefit. Thank you. I wish someone fucking told me this stuff when I was younger. Mariko Phillips, good to see you. Hey, BB, while planning for a large pack of Cubs, please check out the half-hour video that Mouthy Buddha made on YouTube. It's about the dangers of cellular and smart meter radiation to babies and adults alike. Dangers of cellular and smart meter radiation. Oh, man, not another thing I have to be terrified of. I heard the Christian's testimony of one of the Apollo 15 astronauts in the 80s. It revolved around his lunar mission. I can send you his book if you like. I mean, I got so many books I got to read. We didn't go to the moon. Everyone has to accept that. Hey, BB, can I be Circus Bear? I'm a circus performer. Welcome. That sounds awesome. QMap.pub, don't know what that means. Play Wagon Wheel, Old Crow Medicine Show. I love that song. I think my hands are just completely... Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. I'll give it... Tubal Cain, the inventor of all musical instruments. Cain's son. Whoa. Recommendations: Electric Universe, Thunderbolt Project, Catherine Austin Fitz, and Joseph P. Farrell. You'd like his new book, Microcosm and Medium. Space Monkey, you just blew my fucking mind. Q plus Trump have posted 17 times at the exact same time. Interesting. I'm not discounting it. I'm just saying I don't know how to get in. Rock and roll makes me empty like porn. Play Wagner. Hands are freezing now. But yeah, there's a lot of pop music makes me empty. Makes me feel very empty. Jared Kushner is super Jewish. He owns 666 Fifth Avenue. They manufactured RFID chip. And he is over peace deal with Israel and Middle East Bible prophecy. Oh, man, I don't know any of that. I don't know what that chip is. And, I mean, whoa. I don't know what that means. Check out the water crystal experiment. It shows how music, words, and thoughts affect their formation. Interesting stuff. Okay. So I just sent you a link to research. Thank you, QAnon Bear. To chaos seekers, ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth because there is no truth in him. John 8:44. To chaos seekers, I always have to read everything twice. To chaos seekers, ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth because there is no truth in him. Yeah, 100%. That's fucking right on the money. Locks are not keys. Keys are not locks. That's very true. Your exact point is made by Slayer, Raining Blood. Order to chaos, not good. Play it. I don't know how to play it. Can't trust anyone who doesn't like Zepp. Play some. Well, lately Zeppelin's been freaking me out because of the Aleister Crowley shit. One of those dudes bought his fucking house and did spells in it. So now I'm a little worried about their fucking tunes. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too far into it, but like music has a powerful effect. I'm only gonna play Canon and D the rest of my life. Controversy of Zion. Yeah, Jimmy Page. The guy bought Aleister Crowley's house. Like, they were fucking insane people. Controversy of Zion by Douglas Reed explains the J question perfectly from a religious perspective. Helps to have read the Old Testament. I've read the Old Testament more than I've read the New Testament, which is weird. I don't know why. Like in Bible study when I was a kid, it was always about the Old Testament. Constant Old Testament talk. I'm now wondering why. Free PDF and easy to find. Well, I want to read the Revolutionary Spirit by E. Michael Jones. That sounds fascinating. Name change. Can you verify me as Mitchkey Bear? Welcome, Mitchkey Bear. Also, did you hear about David Icke? Or Ike? Crazy, yes, but banned from Australia by Jewish MP. God bless you. Yeah, I mean, I like listening to that dude. I think he's fascinating. It's similar to the Flat Earth shit. It's like that dude talks about lizard people. It's interesting. It's interesting. Do I think there's lizard people? No, I don't know what the fuck that even means. But like, he's connected dots that make sense to me. Other times he doesn't at all. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but I believe that he believes what he's talking about, so he has value. Hey, BB, you always say we should build and create. I took it to heart, bought some wood carving supplies, and I'm carving my family crest. It looks like a kindergartner's project, but I'm proud as hell. Thank you. Dude, it feels good. In a world of constant subversion and destruction, when you build something, it's way, way better for everyone than just taking fucking pills and stuff, you know? It's so good for you. I'm proud of you. That's great. All right. Big Bear, is there a strain of homosexuality that originates from a high degree of order? Conservatism equals order, equals high disgust, equals disgust of women. I don't know. I don't know what makes gays gays. No idea. I used to think I knew. I no longer know. I do not know. But they're not disgusted by dudes' assholes, so I'm not really buying that. I have a crazy ex-wife, but we have a beautiful daughter. Can my life ever find order? Love, BB. Yeah, of course. You can find order in a prison cell. Dude, did you play lacrosse? Yes. If so, I bet you were a long pole. I was. I was a short crease attackman. Glory, glory. Yeah, I was a long stick defenseman. Way to know that. How the fuck did you know that? Wow, thank you, Chromite. It's very generous. It's refreshing to see that I'm not alone. Glad you're speaking the truth and fighting the true fight. Stay strong, sir. Operation Iraqi Freedom, PH replacement, recipient. Purple Heart. Oh, no way. That's awesome. Good for you. I'm such a coward. Nature's trying to extinct the gays. Well, I don't think that's how it works. They would have gone extinct a long time ago. I don't think it's about genetics. I really don't. If being gay means you don't have kids, that fucking little DNA blip would have gone away immediately. That it couldn't be less like, you don't pass that one on. You know, I don't believe in evolution, but I believe in adaptation. So if being gay is genetic, it would have died immediately, according to all science. It's like, okay, I don't want to fuck a chick. I want to fuck a dude in the ass. Well, guess what happens? You don't have kids, so they no longer have that gene. So that's immediately ridiculous. Can't get a butt pregnant? That's absolutely right. Gays used to have families. Okay. If you have a slight disadvantage because of something that you are, like let's say you're born with, I don't know, 30-foot pubes. You could be like, yeah, you could have a family. Odds are you're not gonna. Your pubes are too long. It's possible. Pedophilia is how they reproduce. Inappropriate touching and associating most likely. The whole thing. I mean, they're designed to not procreate. So it's clearly would be bred out. You know, it would be bred out. That would breed out immediately. It just isn't real. That's just insanely stupid, ridiculous. Please bring attention to the 8 guys in Ram and Federal Penitentiary facing 10 years for protecting speakers at Berkeley and Charlottesville from Antifa. I don't know anything about that, but that sounds horrifying. Would you please make a song from your bro's poem? Yeah, that could be good. That poem is good. I'll play you guys the poem again. You guys want to hear the poem about marriage? Yeah, a second. Where's my brother's poem? I don't know where it is. Is this it? Huh. There it is. It's good advice for marriage because that's how you save the world, is just save your own marriage. You can't control the world. That's the thing. Believing in God is very humbling. It's insane when people act like it's this act of narcissism. It's literally the opposite. It's saying, I can't control that. Only God knows that. How the fuck am I supposed to know that? It's the whole point. There we go. Here's my brother's poem.
It's a poem called Marriage. Nothing changes. Everything changes. We gather things that rearrange us. Love flows hot and fills our hearts. Love goes cold like we're falling apart. Dancing by oceans and walking to ponds, sleeping alone. Where have we gone? Then we're back and ecstatic, and what problems? When? Oh look, there they are, back again. But no sooner said than the sun warms the sky, and my soul needs to be near you to the day that I die. Send in the clouds and some seasonal stress. Bills and food in the house is a mess. No, it's not. It's all good. Woody talks about wood, about art and creation. Together we rule our own love nation, but the government falls and there's blood in the streets. Hyper-focused on piles and piles of defeat. Insurmountable mountains with jagged peaks, pit vipers. Windshield is filthy and there aren't any wipers. But here comes the rain to wash and to clean. Being with you is like living a dream. I asked the stars, how did I get so lucky? Kissing and holding and maybe some finally. The book is wide open and the plot is a sizzling. Our windows are clean and the rain is just drizzling. Blue skies before us, the flowers appear. 5 minutes might as well be 200 years. Not enough time in the world to learn all your light. Oh wait, fuck. We're now in a fight. I'm sorry, why can't you? Please just listens, get sharpened and razored, and we will make their incisions. The once full heart is slowly dripping away. Backs get turned, no one wants to play. Dark thoughts seep in like an odorless vapor. Eyes turned up towards the source, the creator. Hope is falling like a spring winter night. We get so mad we don't even bother to fight, but the music starts somewhere from way far away. My lips start moving because they have to say, I love you, I love you, I love you in truth. I love you in time and I love how you move. I love riding the wave, and if it shatters this myth, there's no one, I mean no one, I'd rather be with.
Isn't that so good? Yeah, and I like that I can showcase my brother's talents because he's so talented and just wise. It's just that's what it is, you know? Oh, thank you, Jason. It's very generous. I believe local communities are what we need. Do you disagree? No, I agree. If not, give me a plug. Florida Bears, New Era Research at gmail.com. NUERA Research at gmail.com. Appreciate your support. Shout out to Florida trash bears like Coddington. Yeah, he's total trash. Verify me as Love Lies Bleeding Bear. Welcome, Love Lies Bleeding Bear. Local communities is the whole deal, man. The whole deal. It's like we can't control these monsters. Be a good husband, good dad, good wife, good mother, good. And the more you do that, the more you can. They can't push these things on us. They had to break the home before they could push some of this shit on us, you know? And, yeah. The universe is perfect, created by a Logos word, Jesus. Yeah, well, it has perfection. That is, yeah. But you can fight that. It just always ends up with your own death. All right. And the death of that which you love. ABB, this is for standing against abortion, child abuse, sodomy, porn, and seeking truth. Jesus, thanks for being your real self. By the way, I'm Indian, the real one, and love your humor. Can I please be verified as Cyber Bear? Welcome, Cyber Bear. Yeah, I mean, they're all no-brainers once you see it. It's like the people that let people kill babies and abuse children, and it's like, it's one thing, just say it's wrong. That's if everyone did that, they couldn't do this shit to us. You know, evil requires compliance. Yeah. A jizz song equals a quick fap. Classical equals true love. That's a good point. I like that a lot. And it's also just those long, rambly, bullshit, anti-order music. It symbolizes just that relentless desire for appetite filling, and it's just gross. Have you seen that show Crashing on HBO? No, I don't engage in sodomy. Tons more cowbell. I feel obligated to clarify the Brody Tony Hinchcliffe video was several years old, and they made up the next day. Tony looked up to Brody. All right, that's cool. All right. Thoughts on algorithms? YouTube recommended Mein Kampf and Brody Stevens after binge watching old streams this weekend. That's hysterical. A Jew who just hung himself and a guy who got it. Yeah, algorithms don't know what they're doing. I'm not blaming Tony Hinchcliffe. I'm just saying that all these people act so concerned about my mental health. A guy who's never been on psychotic meds or psychological meds. I've never had a therapist. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm doing well, and they're all like, oh, I'm worried about Owen. We should call him. He should call us. But meanwhile, Brody hangs himself because he feels so fucking ostracized because LA comedy sucks now, and he voted for Trump, and he's a normal dude just trying to make it. And he was on a bunch of fucking meds, and all these people are treating him like a fucking circus act. That's my point, and it's valid. They're a bunch of fucking hypocrites. And you can't be a hypocrite comic because then you're no longer funny. And that's why they're not funny anymore. Because, like, even if you're wrong, if you just say what is, people laugh. Because it's so, like, it's not in society most of the time. You go to a comedy club where people just say the things that they can't say. So if the people are just liars, then you're no longer comedians. And now you're in the upside down. And Joe Rogan is 3 inches tall. Please critique Mars Volta, Smashing Pumpkins. I don't know Mars Volta. Smashing Pumpkins, he seems like he's went off the deep end. I used to like Smashing Pumpkins when I was younger, but apparently he's getting all kind of weird symbolism and shit. Look up a song by a band called Nothing More. The song is called Fade In, Fade Out. It's a song from the perspective of the father encouraging his son. Oh, that sounds really nice. Alex Jones is controlled opposition. Run screaming. People say that about me. I judge people based on their character because I've heard all these things about myself. I'm a Nazi. I'm an Israeli shill. I'm controlled opposition. I'm deceiving everyone. I'm playing a big joke. They say that about everybody. So to get through that, either I have no friends in a world that already is so fucking isolating and tribal and weird and broken, or I judge people based on, do I think they're lying to me or not? Have I caught them lying to me? Do they have character? Will they say something that gets them less candy and hand jobs because it's true? And if that's the case, that's the case. So I don't listen to those things. You know, how does someone function like that? Where someone just says something like, oh, he's controlled opposition. The fuck does that even mean? Alex Jones has stopped being so translucent about Israel, though. Maybe he doesn't know. You ever thought about that? Maybe people don't know. Like some people that get so bent on one thing being the root problem, and then they won't talk to anybody else that won't, some people literally won't talk to people that are pro-Israel or anti-Israel or this or that. And then your ideas can never be questioned. And then you can't grow or learn or understand the real order of the universe. I like being surrounded by people that disagree with me. They just can't be liars. That's the whole thing. When people are like, yeah, Tommy Robinson said he'd die for Israel. I'm like, if he believes it, then fine. The only thing I care about is, do you believe it? Are you a liar? Do you have consistency? Logos? Because if not, then I'm just surrounded by people that I completely agree with, and then I become a atrophied muscle. Just like when you put your arm in a cast, and then you take your cast out, and you have like a toothpick arm, right? I like having friends that think differently and come from different backgrounds, and both Satanistic friends, though, because Satanism requires lying. Like, if you're a Satanist, your whole world is a lie, and so that's one group I'm not. Like, I don't have any friends that are Satanists, because that's a lie. But other than that, I just don't like liars. And if I'm so terrified by my own thought, like, think about how hard I've bashed the Catholic Church, right? Bashed. One of my new people that I've been inspired by is a hardcore Catholic named E. Michael Jones. If I was the type of person to be like, he's Catholic? Oh, no way. I can't listen to him. He's brilliant. He's a brilliant man. He has a whole different perspective on Catholicism that I don't have. Fine. That's fine. But like, it's the same thing with Israel, with all of it. It's like, if you shut people out because of a belief or an opinion, even though they're set in order, in truth, you're not God. That's a weird backdoor into narcissism. It's like, you don't get to decide what is the order of the universe. You don't know. As long as you're committed to finding it out, it's great. But if not, you're fucked. That's why I don't bail on people that say like, oh, this dude's a Zionist. Oh, this dude's a Nazi. It's like, fuck you. Fuck all you people. Alex is a hero, not up for debate. Israel is ushering in their Messiah, which is Antichrist. Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, you got to be eyes open to it. And the more you know, the better. No question, the more you know, the better. And if you cancel out perspectives, you're less able to protect yourself and your people and your family. Wouldn't you want to be friends with an honest Israeli that you respect if you think that that's true? Or do you want to just shut that out and go, la, 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 la? Or you find out that isn't true. You don't know. You're just trying to do your best. All right, I just want to rant. Please open packages. I will tomorrow. It's over 2 hours already. Watch Dark Stream yesterday. I never miss a Dark Stream. Hey, Owen, Cardinal. I read that one. I'm Catholic again after watching Jones. Well, it's like, he's definitely a light in the darkness of Catholicism, because it's dark. So, but he's legit, man. He's legit. So is Vincent from Red Elephants. He's a Catholic that I respect. And I have fucking beef against that church. And by the way, not only is E. Michael Jones Catholic, he thinks that Martin Luther committed a looting operation on Germany. I laughed out loud when I heard that. I think Martin Luther was great. And I laughed out loud because I know he believes it. And he's not, and he's committed to truth. But I thought it was hysterical. He's like, yeah, it was a looting operation. Fucking hilarious. That's why it's like getting wrapped up in just your own people. It's like, your people are truth people. And we're all trying to work together. All right. Do you own any Mumford & Sons? Yes. I dig it. Can I be verified as Verified Bear? Yeah, well, welcome, Verified Bear. It's funny. Q is a PSYOP that has been subverted multiple times. Those who support the current are supporting the MIC. See, that's why I'm not on board any of it. I don't know what any of it is. Bishop Fulton Sheen equals Catholic who 100% gets it. Nice. That's good. It's like just get it. as long as you get it. I hate the Pope. I hate the fucking Pope. Cardinals, bunch of priests. Hate all of it. But that's fine. I don't hate E. Michael Jones. That guy gets it. Listen to Led Zepp backwards. It's all satanic. Don't. Yeah, I don't. I'm the guy that doesn't watch the shit that people are like, dude, watch this. It's horrifying. I'm like, no. Barbara Bush is Aleister Crowley's daughter, a product of sex magic. I mean, if that's true, that's insanely interesting, but I've got to give me some info. 50% of gays were born that way. The other 50% were sucked into it. I'm going to need some intel on that. Because, I mean, if there is a thing that doesn't get passed on, it's being gay. Repulsion of vaginas is the most, it's the least likely gene to be passed. You can't design a gene that's less likely to be passed to a generation than someone who hates fucking women. So I have a really hard time thinking that it's genetic. You know, like genes die that are just like tiny little things. But like, okay, so how does a gene survive? And the whole thing is that you hate fucking women. Come on, wake up. BB, do you envision 1 million subs and 100,000 live stream viewers and more donations than you could imagine? I see a great future for you and in less than 36 months. I don't care at all about that. This is more than I ever could imagine, and it's fun. If people have goals that are based in subs and money and shit like that, they're already fucked. Because they will cuck, they will bend, they will change their message. Dude, I lost live watchers as soon as I made members only. Do I care? Of course I don't care about that. Because now I can leave up the members only chat because it isn't filled with psychopaths. So you can watch the video later and be like, oh, these are interesting people. If you think about like in terms of subscribers and all that shit, you're already fucked. Because then you lose what I just said. Liars are the only people that I don't have any value in. So if you bend and shift and once you take money from the networks or brands or even if money's your motivation, you'll fail. I said that in a video a few weeks ago. If money's your motivation, you're already dead. See, I escalated a little bit. You're already dead. But you can do so much good for others. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works at all. That's a trick. People say, oh, lie now, cuck now, and then you'll do more good for others. No, that is not. You cannot shoulder that as a human being. It doesn't work. I've seen it. I've seen people try that. Doesn't work. Never works. I've had that in my life where people say, I had a book deal with Norton, the people that publish Guns, Germs, and Steel, all of Michael Lewis's books, like Moneyball, that shit. They gave me $60,000 up front. We're going to publish your book. And then they were like, oh, we love the pages you're sending us. But you can't call Lena Dunham a cunt or you can't say retard or any of that stuff. I lost the book deal. I had to give back the money. My father was furious. He was like, you could have just played ball and then later say the truth. That isn't how it works. Once you do that, how could I ask my audience to trust me? It's like, oh, before I lied, but it was to get more influence. But this time I'm telling the truth. Because there's no argument for that. There's no logos to it. So what has changed? So let's say I get 300,000 live subscribers. And I'm like, but now I'm telling the truth. Okay? Since I have no principles I'm founded on, what's stopping me from lying then to get 1 million? There's nothing. It's fractal. So if I'm lying to get more now, and then I get more, why would you not think I was lying then? Because there's always more. It never ends. And so that's why your focus has to be on saying the things that you believe. And literally, and once you see it, you see it. You're like, oh, I see it. Owen's dad is 50% sneaky. Yeah. Dude, he's a good guy, man. I know I've said some shit about him on this, but he's not a good guy. No. How do I say this? It's kind of like the Tommy Robinson thing where I was like, I'm not going to lie to my audience, but I'm also not going to. He didn't fuck me up. He didn't fuck my head up. He was a good dad when I was a kid. He allowed me to be a balanced man. And so that's huge. I mean, a lot of dads didn't give that to their kids. He means well, he doesn't mean well. He's a wizard. He literally teaches wizardry to other wizards. That's a fact. He literally doesn't know what truth is. He couldn't tell you what time it was. He could lie and his pulse wouldn't change. That being said, he didn't fuck me up. Like, he didn't. He allowed me to have a family growing up. He made me feel safe. And that's awesome. That's awesome. And I'm just glad I had my mother to make me a good person. I mean, no one's good, but you know what I'm saying. It's like we had some great times. We really did. But there's just some stuff that I just couldn't move on with my life with a guy like that. Nothing like evil. I mean, it depends your definition, but it's just kind of sad. You guys get it. It's fine. I don't have to rant about him. It's more like I'm honoring him and sharing this though, because it's a cautionary tale. It's a cautionary tale when you're very intelligent and you think you're going to do the world good, which I think that was his motivation. And you lie a little, shave a little, because ends justify the means, and you'll get there, and everyone will be. He was wrong about everything, guys. All of it. And in the end, he lost everything. So every one of us could have made that same mistake, and we could in the future. And it's just a cautionary tale. It's like, it just is. All right. Romans 1 teaches gays are rejected by God because they rejected Christ and hated God. So he gave them over to a reprobate mind. The Bible explains it. Yeah, dude. Layeth with a man like you layeth with a woman, you get like stoned or something. Isn't that Leviticus? I used to think that was really mean. And now I'm like, yeah, I mean, I get it. If you welcome that in, look at the world we have now. I mean, this is just from today. So 5-year-olds will be taught gay shit in UK, and it's illegal to take them out of schools. All right. Trannies are now beating women at sprinting. It's men just pretending to be women and just no one does anything about it. Women are now being drafted into the military, and their bodies will be used as cannon fodder. Parenting magazines have no images of dads on them unless they're sodomites. Yeah, once you open that door, it ends horribly. But my dad's a wizard too. I mean, I get it. Everyone gets it. Bible explains everything today metaphorically. It's not even metaphorically. It just is. It's just like this isn't a metaphor. It just is. All right. Homeschool? Yeah, they're trying to make that illegal too. Hey, Owen, thanks for bringing up the Logos. It got me studying John 1 again, and my mind has been blown by the depth of the verses I've taken for granted since my childhood. Layers. Homosexuality is bred from childhood sexual abuse. A lot of times that is very true. That is true. Tom Brady admitted his wife is a witch. Doesn't surprise me. Keep killing it, BB. I don't think Bezmenov gets it because he fucking wrote it. But then he told us how to understand it and get it. I laughed when I realized Yuri's the exact opposite of Shylock Holmes. Dude, Yuri gets it. Yuri lived it. Yuri explained it. BB, not sure how this works, but watched my super go by without you saying anything. Anyway, the Nothing More song is a really good example of modern rock that lyrically and musically has soul. Nothing More song. Yeah, I'll check it out. I mean, that sounds awesome. Permission to come aboard, BB. Would like to be known as Larbar. My name is Larry. Welcome, Lair Bear. Have you looked at the movie Gray State? No. Antichrist equals instead of Christ in biblical Greek. Whoa. How do I become bearified? I'm new. Welcome, I'm new bear. Have you watched Age of Deceit yet? You need to. I have not, but I think I've lived it. Get in the car and come with me to the second location. Seriously though, birth control is gay. Yeah, don't ever get in the car. That's one advice I know about survival. If someone tells you to get in their car to go to another location and they have like a gun or a knife, fight them right there. Do not go to the second location. John 3:4. Sin is a transgression of the law. Yeah, but it's the natural law. It's the law of God. It's not the law of man. The law of man is now insane. Thank you, Angelo. A matriarchy breeds weak humans because nearly all males breed. Typically, only 20% of males breed in a patriarchy, but we've been breeding like matriarchy. Do we need an apocalypse to kill off the weak so we strengthen the genes in our species? We don't get to decide that. Here's the biggest kill-off of good genes. All the strong, smart women were tricked into aborting and going to work. That's why everyone's becoming retarded. I am so fucking lucky that my super smart, good genes mom stayed home and had children. Same with my wife. My wife is smart and beautiful and awesome, and we're going to pass on her genes, thank God. But a lot of women just got feminism by a Jew named Gloria Steinem, convinced them to, go to work and abort. And now those genes are all gone. And now we have Laquanda's genes. Because Laquanda had 15 kids. Gloria Steinem also worked for the CIA. And then married Christian Bale's father, who then died mysteriously. Good times. Real men look down smart women and make them bear children. No, men like smart women. That's retarded. Like when people say that men don't like smart women, that's retarded. My wife is insanely smart. Rarely are women smarter than men, but it happens. Good podcast. Thank you, Marie. Low-value men seek warmth in the anus. Hashtag not genetic. Thank you, MD Erickson. Low-value men seek warmth in the anus. So now we'll land the plane, hit the Rogan's Up button. I'm going to finish this claw. I'm going to read the, that's the beauty of the members-only chat. I can just read you guys now. Everybody see the movie Get Out? Wicked good. Yeah, my ex-manager produced that. It was actually anti-liberal, but then they made it something else. Betas don't like smart women. Betas shouldn't breed. Skit. Trans women enters boxing, gets knocked out, sues for getting hit by man. Logos. Love the BB show. Yeah, but skits are now reality. I'm having a harder and harder time writing comedy sometimes because I'm smarter than too many men. I hate it. No, but there's smart men out there. You can get somebody, Spice Bear. You're hanging out with retards. Stay away from the retards. Gloria Steinem taught 100 million women that they don't need marriage, then got married. Right, I know. She's working for the CIA and she's a Jew too. I'm just pointing out the occurrence. So it's like, oh, that's anti-Semitic. No, why, no, fuck that. I can point out there's more tall people in the NBA than normal. No one cares. Why? Because those aren't Jews. Jews own everything. Tommy's Doc, Panorama, please plug it. Hashtag Panorama, support Tommy Robinson. Great guy. Fucking legit. I love that guy. Hey, BB, I have a grandpa's Bible that he carried through the Korean War. It's only the New Testament. He totally got it. Yeah, when you're in the Korean War, you're all about the New Testament. The Old Testament. BB, is Breakfast Club soy subversion? Also, do you know Rush? The Canadian rock band, which recently retired. They never sold out. Yeah, like a modern day warrior, mean stride. My name's Tom Sawyer, mean stride. Down, bam. Oh, and I've been trying forever. Can I be welcomed as Dark Seed of the Bear? Welcome. I've been unverified for too long. Well, now you're verified. I grew a stash. I feel the power. You get it. Everyone's getting it. You'd be so good at improv. I'd call you up any time in drama class. I just call it talking. My parents bought into that feminist shit. My mom went back to work as a flight attendant when we were all young. My dad moved his law office into our house. The first Mr. Mom, great people and parents. Yeah, but see, they sound like they have a strong foundation. They didn't get divorced. You know, I mean, it's wrong. She made the wrong call, but like they made it work. They made nonsense work, which is fine. Like I get that. It's just in general, over time, with enough people, it will fuck up an entire society. Feminism is cancer. It's disgusting. It ruined it for women. Women are now cannon fodder. Joke has come first circle. Eugenics is the answer. Yeah, but you don't get to make that call. Like, get a family and make children that are strong. Like, people that want to tinker in other people's lives like that, very, very Jewy. Very Jewy. Very. Or another group, very old British waspy. That's another group that needs to be addressed. Like the Darwin fucking Cecil Rhodes types. Those are also the Jewy types. Like they also wanted to monkey with everybody's fucking things. You know? Cecil Rhodes, I mean, that guy sucked. Did you play it as well with my soul? I don't know that one. Your streams have inspired me to be shameless about my faith and my videos again. Thank you, my guy. It's true. I talked about that a while ago, that I realized that LA was shaming me into being a worse person. Like, it would be like, how dare you say that? Be a bad person. It's like, you're shaming me to go bad? You know, shame should work in the other direction. Like, shame should make you be like, don't fuck asses. Don't snort that. It's like, come on, have some shame. Cecil Rhodes is burning in hell. Yeah, that dude sucked. He was part of World War I. It wasn't just the Jews. It was also the British imperialists were a big part of that one. You know, they were up to some shit. They were doing sneaky little stuff. A lot of sneaking. Cecil did some good stuff, but also some shitty stuff. He was sneaking. He was very sneaky. The Rockefellers were very sneaky. Very sneaky. That's why you can't just blame one demographic. It's just right now the Jews have this weird shield that you're not allowed to ever penetrate. I will, because I don't care. I don't care about that. But, yeah, Cecil Rhodes, man, that guy was a sneak. And that's why now Rhodes Scholars, I remember Rhodes Scholars, it's almost like Cecil Rhodes took it up the smoke pipe. Fact, everyone knows it. Everyone knows that. They are still sneaky. Yes, Owen, never get in the car. Never get in the car. Don't forget J.P. Morgan. Oh, I mean, he was a major part of Jekyll Island, dude. Federal Reserve. Sneaky. BB, deaf, learn it. My soul, it's the most powerful. I missed it. Owen's mustache celebrated Valentine's Day with a human heart to his landing strip girlfriend. Girlfriend? Does it look like I have a girlfriend? I have a wife because I'm a man. Maurice Strong, major influence in UN. You become a blue bear when you stop jerking it. That's great. Just saw Brody Stevens stand up. The guy was unbelievably funny. You got it. He had me laughing nonstop. Dude, you got it. He would say, you got it. He's a genius. The guy was legitimately a genius. I'm not saying that because he's dead. I wrote an entire series around the guy. When Sony gave me all this money to make all these series, I wrote a 15-episode show just around Brody called All Stars. I was like, okay, I can write anybody anything. What am I going to do? I'm going to write a whole thing just for Brody because he's that funny. And he was underutilized by his faggot famous friends. All his faggy friends were famous, and they'd be like, Brody's so crazy. I'll give him a line in my movie. He'd be like, you got it. And so he deserved to be a lead of something. I literally think I'm the only person that ever made him a lead of anything ever. And people are like, Owen's making his suicide about him. No, he was one of the only right-wing comedians in all of LA, and he hung himself. It's like he wanted me to tell these people that they're fucking assholes. He called out Hillary Clinton on Twitter. It's like he was embarrassed to be a comedian now. He thought they were all fags. And so it's like, why won't you just speak about him like Patton Oswalt? He thought Patton Oswalt was a fucking retard and a pussy. No, you speak honestly about the dead. That's how it works. Maybe Hillary killed him. I don't know. I doubt it, though. Can you pull up a website I built for the Bears to gather, socialize, and meet? AMillionMiddleFingers.com. Sure, I just did. Smart lady bears make smart noise. Too much soy. Titanic and the non-Christmas Jews created the non-federal, non-reserve bank. A lot of nons in that. Patton Oswalt deserves an oven. Well, I'm pretty sure he murdered his wife, and I'm almost positive he's a pedophile, so there's that. BB, give us an opinion on Sarah Silverman. Horrifying. Horror show. Like, worships abortion. He was surrounded by those vultures. Patton Oswalt is deaf or retarded pussy. Dude, he's deaf. He's disgusting. Did anyone see Tulsi Gabbard, Warhawk, McCain's daughter today? Yeah, I heard about that from Red Elephants. I don't watch any media. I just hear my buddies kind of sum it up for me. Yeah. Fucking McCain's daughter's a cunt. She's a fucking cunt. And she's like, how dare you defend Assad? She's like, he's a dictator. If we overthrow him, it becomes Libya. We all know what will happen. I fought in the fucking military. You didn't, you fat cunt. It's a fact. Everyone knows it. Thoughts on Ann Coulter? I like her. She seems cool. Never ceases to amaze me what people will do for attention or to fit in. Patton Oswalt whacked his wife. I mean, that's the word on the street. McCain was a traitor. He was terrible. You know? His MK Ultra session was in a fucking Hanoi prison. When do we get Purple Bear and Crown Bear? I don't know what that means. No more monkey business. BB just talks. It's all good. That's what I do. Her love of donuts is killing her brain. Yeah, I mean, Coulter is a media horse shill. I don't know. I mean, she sells books. I mean, she's America First. I mean, what do you want out of the woman? What do we got here? Tulsi 20. Patton Oswalt totally killed his wife, probably because she figured out he was a pedophile. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense to me. Allegedly. He tweeted shit tagged at Comet Pizza. It's like the guy is a little creep. And then his fucking wife dies in his own home from fentanyl or whatever. I mean, it's so obvious. And he's like such a shill little creep. Ann Coulter is Ann Coulter's first. I don't fucking know, guys. I try. If you want to know about Bear Icon, look on it. Don't give up truth for an ego. Oswald Deaf smoked his wife, creeptoid. Oh, fentanyl. Yeah, fentanyl. Yeah, she dies of fentanyl randomly. And, you know, the guy is tweeting about how he's a proud pedophile from Comet Pizza, allegedly. It's like, yeah, the dude is disgusting. Look at him. He's like 1.5 Rogans tall with fat fingers, and he's a Hollywood creep. Dude, that guy is gross. Fentanyl, yeah. Fentanyl, yeah. No, oh, dude. Odds he killed his wife for like 90. I'll be Owen's hat and Sidekick Bears. We got to get Sidekick Bear out. I've just been using my computer because the camera wasn't working properly. Comet Pizza's fucked. Oh, I know. Trust me. I get it, guys. I get it. Patton Oswalt, a Jew? I have no idea. Don't know. I mean, he doesn't seem like he owns enough, so no. I mean, he doesn't appear to be Jewish to me. He doesn't own things. He serves. He's a server. he has appetites that he doesn't want known. Tosh is def a sodomite. I don't know that. I like Tosh. I think he's a nice guy. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if any of these fucking assholes are sodomites, but Tosh is always cool. Keeps to himself. Would you rather your third be a girl or boy? Boy. Come on. But I'll take a girl. I love a girl as much as a boy, but I mean, I just want an army. Army. Patton Oswalt is a hunchback from 300. I don't know. Was that guy a pedophile that killed his wife? I don't know. Maybe. Patton hates Jesus Christ. Of course. They all do. They all do. He's legit funny. Oh, Tosh is? Yeah, but not Oswald. Oswald jerks the master. That's a good way to put it. You're getting a girl? I'd love a girl, but I'd prefer a boy. I mean, obviously. Come on. Look at me. Do you think I feel more comfortable around little boys. I mean, girls would be like, Mommy, I don't know what the fuck they, you know. I would adapt. Goes a little hard. The Jesus guy seems like a legend. Maybe I should look into him. I got a 3-boy army. Dude, 3 boys are the best. I want 4. I want like 1,000. She'd be your favorite. I don't know. I mean, how good is she at shooting a gun or like killing things for dad? I'll pray you were blessed with another son. You don't have to pray for that. Either way is good. I pray for just more children. You don't have to pray for a son. I was just kidding around. I mean, I'm not kidding. For real, though. I mean, sons are the best. But just another child. Just a healthy child. Patton Oswalt has a rapper alter ego called Vinny Paz. Did Vinny Paz also kill his wife and is potentially a pedophile? God gets it. Fact! You change a lot more with girls. Big Bear doesn't change. You will totally change your mind the minute you see your girl. That's what people tell me. My brother totally did. My brother loves his girls. Loves. And my brother's more alpha than me. My brother's crazy, like, he didn't know what the fuck, like when he, this is how funny my brother is. And / just obvious. I mean, I get some of you guys will think that this is insensitive, but you got to understand, like, me and my brother are fucking giants. When he found out it was a girl, he just went, fuck! And his wife was like so mad at him. They're like, it's a girl, and my brother just goes, fuck! And she was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He just freaked. He was like, that. It's just, fuck. He was just so genuinely mad. He was just openly mad. Like his wife, his wife was at the doctor and they're just like, it's going to be a girl. And my brother just spiraled, just without any hesitation. And she was, and she was like, you're a piece of shit. He was like, what the this is bad. Oh, damn it. Oh, man, that's funny. I forgot all about that. And he's obsessed with his kids. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure I love my daughter. Yeah, someone said that's horrible. No, it isn't. You guys get it. A lot of people are LOLing in that one. Jason is the alpha. He wants to pass on his bloodlines. Fact, dude. He's so alpha, it's insane. He's alpha over me. It's like the guy is he's just very strong. No guy wants to raise a daughter at first because you know army of boys that are going to try and get some. Oh, I know. That's a big factor. It's a big factor because it's such a responsibility, you know, to have a girl. It's like you have to, it's a different level of protection. Like boys, you know, they get beat up. They learn. A girl gets beat up. You have to like kill someone's dad. It's different. It's like a boy gets beat up. You're like, what'd you learn? What'd you say? Like, how'd you hit him? A girl gets beat up. You're like, great. I have to feed someone to pigs now. Like I now have to kill somebody. And that's different. And that's a lot more responsibility. Does your brother watch live streams? No, he doesn't even have a Facebook. My brother's off the grid. Like I'll send him videos. He loves the shit. But he's not connected. He's out. He's out. And yeah, it's great. I'm preparing to Rick Grimes a man's neck off. Oh, I know. I have 3 girls, all 3 and under. Wow, that's cool. I have a daughter, 3 years. Why do you have to remind me of the future jail time? No, but that's why you got to get pigs. Great. Damn pig pen isn't even up yet. Dude, you touched my daughter, time to build a fence. Oh, yeah, but the fence. The pigs is where it's at. The pigs. And then the fence. It's a whole order. Unless you're a fence builder, you do it at other people's fences. Not your own fence. Hey, just has my 3rd surgery on my hand this week. Just one more to go. Oh, cool. Lone wolf. Sorry, I'm retarded. We can't be adding women votes. No, but if you raise them right, women vote the right way. Women and families vote the right way. It's single women or women married to nonsense men. It's that's the whole thing. That's why things have gotten so bad for women, is because women vote fine when they're in a family. Women vote like fucking retards when they're single, aborted mom, fucking weirdo. Then they're nonsense machines. And so that's why it's, they shouldn't vote, obviously, overall, just for the good of the group. But Oswald versus Rogan is a thumb war. It's true. I bet Oswald would win because Rogan would be too high and dumb. Show us that vid of him tearing up those cyclists. Oh, I got to find it. I can't find it right now. I'm going to do another 19 minutes. Check out a video series called They Sold Their Soul for Rock and Roll by Joel. I've seen that. It's great. Really cool dude. I met him in Simi Valley back in 2009 when I was stationed at Camp Pendleton. Oh, cool. Pendleton. I know that camp. Yeah, California has some great spots. Simi Valley is cool. It's where all the cops would live. Claw fun. Much love to Big Bear and the family. Thank you, Smurf Bear. The truth is inspiring. Mocking the enemy is their weakness, and you are putting on a clinic. Also, watched you meet and chat with everyone after the Atlanta show. Very cool. Butt pump free zone. Yeah, man. It's like, that's the thing. That's why the unbearables are kind of the untrickables. I posted something because someone was like, yeah, I watched your interview with the hoax movie and you haven't changed. And it's like, yeah, it's like, people say crazy shit about me. And all you people that have stuck around, I mean, I get slandered from every fucking direction. And it's like, when you get it, you just get it. And consistency to truth is the way to make the world get it and yourself to get it. Because you know I'm not a liar. Like, look at all these people. They're like, oh yeah, I saw you 8 years ago. You stayed an extra hour to meet people. You're nice, but you're drunk. It's like, yeah, I'm not lying. And so when you have that, it's a lot harder to slander. Because, like, slander is so powerful to people. So powerful. Like, it's like, oh, did you hear Owen Benjamin? He fingers his own dick hole and he's a shill. Everyone's like, no way. He's a shill who fingers his own butthole? Yeah. And he, Amy hates him. That's why he's outdoors. She kicked him out of the home. And they're like, oh no. Are you serious? I thought that guy was funny. He fingers his own dick hole? They're like, he fingers dick holes. But when you have a consistency, people are like, he doesn't finger his dick hole. And everyone's like, he does. And they're like, and then they disappear because you realize they're AI bots or a troll farm. That's the only way you get out of this mess. Have you heard about Owen Benjamin? He's a Nazi Israel shill. Wait a minute, he's a Nazi Israel shill. How does that happen? Well, he's a Nazi. He hates Jews, but he's a shill for Jews, and he fingers his butthole and his own dick hole. It's so funny. And so people have to do the Jew. Oh, you want to hear my Jew voice? That only works good if you're not circumcised. I'm not circumcised. My mom wouldn't let the Jews near my fucking dick. Are you kidding me? My kids aren't circumcised. Why would anyone let Jews cut the dicks off of your kids? Listen, it's fine. I get a lot of people have, but it's all good. Disagree with a lot. In my opinion, we went to the moon, but government still lied about it, and we never stopped going. But the pull of truth is strong. You rock. Can I be verified as Riff Bear? P.S. Dave Smith gets it. Oh, Dave Smith gets it. Welcome, Riff Bear. And yeah, man, we're going to disagree. Yuri Bezmenov thinks we went to the moon. He's one of my heroes. E. Michael Jones, we disagree on all kinds of shit. Me and Vox Day disagree on shit, I'm sure. Actually, not that much, though. Me and him agree on a lot. It's weird. I'm sure I can think of some shit. I know I can think of some shit. He likes soccer a lot. I don't think it's gay. I don't think soccer's gay. But I think it's I think they put soy in the water bottles. You know. It's tricky to rock a rhyme. To rock a rhyme that's right one time. Thank you, Zoe Bear. Did you see the Panodrama video from Tommy? It was great. Yeah. No, I talked about it yesterday. He apologized to me, which I thought was beautiful. Because that's why I didn't tell you guys why I wasn't going. It was because he was worried about my about the PC shit and the reaction to me because I say crazy shit. And I didn't tell you guys because I didn't want to take away from his event. I thought that it would make him look bad. And then he owned up to it and apologized, and I think that's a very honorable thing to do. So that's all good. You know? People thought I wasn't telling you guys because it was on me. I'm like, why the fuck would I do that? I would tell you if it was me. I'm no narc. I'm not a narc. I'm an open book to me, but not other people's stories. And I really had to really think about whose story it was. Do you have a clean the shroud with a Q-tip? I don't know. I mean, no. Are you talking about my dick, dude? Leave that. You don't get to say soccer is gay. I missed it. Soccer is not gay in the least unless you play soccer or watch it. That's pretty funny, Spooner Squatch Bear. Soccer balls are made of pentagons, and pentagrams are evil, therefore soccer is sodomy. I don't know if that's quite a logic proof, but, I think soccer's pretty cool, I guess. It's just, I don't know. I just think there's soy in the water bottles. I'm not saying it's gay. It's like 1-0 after 90 minutes. Just, I don't know. There's something that, I'm not going to say hashtag soccer is sodomy. No, Chris. Because then the sodomy thing doesn't mean anything. Because soccer is clearly not sodomy. UFC on the other hand. Crowder hates soccer. Well, he's Canadian. He's Canadian. Well, I mean, he's American Canadian. American soccer culture is gay. Yeah. Not all, though. You know? There's some people get it. Incentivizes being a pussy. That's a good point. It's like fake news. Fake news. You know, you pretend to fall over and then you're like, oh, you know, it's like Trump did it with his tweets. And everyone's like, red card. Red card to Trump for his tweets. It's a global homo sport. I can't go that far. And I never played because of the sodomy. Everything is theater and soccer. Soccer is anti-American. I can't go on that limb. I cannot go on that limb. I'm Canadian, and yes, I hate soccer. You also hate freedom. You got to vote better. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Soccer sodomy, the Dims play it. No, I can't. I can't go on that limb. Man buns. Crowder is from my hood. Oh, that's cool, Max from Canada. He's a good guy. Crowder's a great guy. Oh, that's another thing. Like, I did a video being like, I'm not going to do a live stream about the Oscars. That's like, I'm like, I hate the Oscars. I hate fucking celebrities. I think it's a bullshit culture. I'm like, that's like watching gay porn and being like, look how gross these guys are. Ew, they're still fucking. Oh, no way, another guy's joining. Oh, they're so gross. 4 hours later, oh, look at him go. And someone was like, yeah, well, your friend Crowder's doing one. I'm like, so? Do people seriously think everyone has to agree on everything? Like that, everyone's like, oh, you're taking a shot at Crowder. He's doing a fucking thing. I'm like, who gives a fuck? He probably thinks Claw is gay. I don't know. I drink fucking White Claw. Dude, people, it's the lack of communities. Final Claw. And I'm not blaming the Jews. I mean, they did it, but I'm not going to blame them. They can't help themselves. People forget what it's like to be around people who disagree with shit and they're still friends. Like, they literally don't have a place where they can see that happen. Like, back in the day, it'd be like in the street or like at the bar or at church or just wherever. You know, people would just be like, oh, this guy thinks, he thinks pillows are talking to him, but he's a good dude. I can't even think of anything, but like, normal town square behavior is ironically, a lot more tolerance than modern life. Like, I'm ripping on live streaming Oscars, and I have no idea Crowder was even going to do that. Actually, I think I saw a meme or something. Who gives a fuck? And people are like, well, so that means your friend Crowder's watching gay porno? I'm like, God, I hate this world that's happened. This world is becoming retarded. Of course not. He's going to make it funny. I just think it's sodomy. We have 8.5 minutes. It's Crowder's realm. Exactly. You know, I rip on Jews for hours. I'm sure some people think that that's retarded. Watch me and Crowder, though. This is, I played this earlier. This is a really funny sketch. Because Jews own the BET. Fact. And they started rap. Hang on, that's my brother. All right, watch this sketch I did with Crowd Nation.
Yo, it's the calm before the storm right here. Wait, how was I gonna start this off? Oh yeah, that's an awfully hot pot of coffee. Should I drop it on Donald Trump or not? Probably not until I develop a solid plot. Got a plan now, I got a hatchet. Like a Dev Apache with the tomahawk, I'ma walk inside a mosque on Ramadan, say a prayer that every time Melania opens her mouth. I'ma stop. Yo, I feel like it's not landing.
What? It's gold. You're doing great, kid.
I don't know about that. The whole Apache thing seemed kind of insensitive, you know, like with the...
Don't worry about it, kid. Just read this, get back out there. Yeah.
Because racism's the only thing he's fantastic for. That's how he gets his f***ing rocks off. And he's orange. Yo, I gotta tell you, like, I don't think this shit is that strong.
Why? It's gold.
Oh, man, I feel like it's played out thing like orange. I said I wanted some fresh material.
You're doing great, kid. No one can touch you. Now get out there and rap, but read the material.
Right, yo, like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
Right.
all right.
Yes.
Now, that. This is for Colin. Ball up a fist and keep that shit balled like Donald the bitch.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm losing him, man. I don't feel this is... I think I'm losing him.
You're crazy, kid. You just called the President of the United States a big old bitch. Black people love that. It's B-E-T. Now get back out there. Eh? Yeah.
All right. Yo, he's gonna get rid of all immigrants. Donald's gonna build that shit up taller than this. Well, if he does build that shit, I hope it's made out of bricks. Cause like his politics, I'm coming nonstop and I'm gonna whip shit at the wall till it sticks. Bricks are porous. All right, yo. For anyone who's a fan of mine and his, I'm drawing a line in the sand. You're either for or against.
Whoa. You don't want to split the market there, kid.
Oh, I gotta do this. I gotta be real.
Just be real without pissing off half the country. Just call him a big old bitch, right? That worked, right? When you called him an orange bitch, right? Bitch.
That makes me laugh so fucking hard. It's like, read the material, kid. Just call him a big old bitch. Yeah, you're a star, kid. You're a star, kid. Yeah, Wakanda was created by Jews. No one cares. Everyone's like, whoa, why does it matter if they're Jews? Wakanda was created by Jews. BET is owned by Jews. All of rap is created by Jews. No, that isn't a factor to anyone? Then you're retarded. Like, legitimately, the Harlem Renaissance was started by Jews. And it's not me being a conspiracy guy. They brag about it. They're like, yeah, that's what we did, right? See? All right. Yeah. You crazy for this one, Rick? That's a guy named Rick Rubin. It's hysterical. I find it funny. Some people, Tupac was into ballet. Tupac was the gayest. Tupac was a sodomite. Do people not know how gay Tupac was? Tupac was literally a flaming homo. Do people not know Dr. Dre is gay? Oh, Crowder is an underrated actor? No joke. I'm not exaggerating. It's not because we're friends. He's the funniest comedic actor I've ever seen in person. And I've worked with tons of the best in the world. You know, I was on a sitcom that Vince Vaughn produced for 3 years. Like, I know fucking funny actors. He's so funny, it's insane. It's literally fucking insane how funny Crowder is and how talented he is. He probably doesn't like my conspiracy talk or how I call out Jews and whatnot, but that's fine. I'm part Jewish. He isn't. I had a Jewish grandmother. He's Canadian trash. I know what they're up to. I always find that funny when people are like, hey, what's up with you calling out Jews? I'm like, you mean my grandmother? I get it. Dude, Tupac was a flaming homo. Flaming. He's good at impressions. Yeah, but he understands parody, satire. It's insane. I'm telling you right now, it's insane how good he is at that shit. Recall you bought the album. Exactly. People bought the album. I love laughing so hard you can't breathe. Oh, dude, it's such a funny sketch. According to Jews, if you have any woman in your lineage who was Jewish, you're full Jew, dude. No, Jewish is a belief. It's a way of life. It's a way of thinking. It's not a fucking ethnicity at all. That's such bullshit. It's like, if you think about how genetics work, it's laughable. And by the way, the only thing that made Jews Jews and Christians Christians were how they felt about Christ. So when Christ was like, Christ, some people are like, I'm on board with that guy. And some others are like, So those guys, their genes didn't shift. It's the same genes. It's the same people. So when Christ was on the cross and some people were like, and other people were like, yeah, there wasn't a shift in DNA. It's the same fucking people. It's a way of viewing the world. It's the rejection of logos, right? That's all it is. So when someone says, I find it funny to be like, oh, my grandmother's Jewish. Yeah, she was. She's a fucking Czech Jew. I'm not, but I know, I get it. I fucking get it. Promo codes. Yeah, they're all about promo codes. And Tupac was all about dicks in his ass. Dicks. Shapiro loves the 100% Ashkenazi bloodline, which is bullshit, by the way. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. That's total fucking bullshit. There is no Ashkenazi bloodline. That's a lie. How are people so trickable? It's such bullshit. They also use that to justify their positions of power because they say they have higher IQs. That's from one study from the 1950s with children. It's never been reproduced. Want to know who has higher IQs than the whites? Chinese, not the Jews. That's never been justified or shown ever, once, ever. That literally isn't true. Yeah. Highest IQs in fucking in Europe? Poland. I'm not even Polish. I don't have a dog in that fight. Poland. Isn't that weird? They're always called idiots. The Poles. Smart as fuck. All right. I'm going to land this plane. And the Japanese, yeah, they're smart people. Yeah, the Japs and the Chinks have a higher average IQ than the whites. By the way, white itself is a high IQ German. Germans have IQs, but the highest are the Poles, which is bizarre. I thought that was, I thought they were all retards. But you had all these ethnic neighborhoods, and then they sent them all with they sent the blacks, and by they, literally the Jews, sent the blacks into the cities so that all the whites had to go in the suburbs, and that's when white was invented. Martin Luther King Jr. was hit by a rock in the face when he went to Chicago by a group of whites. And he was told by other black preachers, like, dude, it's because they're Lithuanians. They throw rocks at everybody that isn't Lithuanian. And so the concept of white is itself degrading. That's why I'm not into being white. That's why I say I'm a white enthusiast. It's funny. But like, what the fuck is white? There is no white. There's no white history. You have Lithuanians, Irish, English, Germans, Poles. It's like, this is a new invention to dismantle any tradition or people. There's no such thing as white. White is retarded. Like, even if you look at the United Kingdom, you have Wales, Scotland, England. There's no white. It just doesn't make any sense to me. You know? And so Martin Luther King Jr. gets hit in his big black head by a rock, by a band of whites. But it was Lithuanians who hit people. Anybody that isn't Lithuanian gets hit by a rock. And that's the deal. Yeah, Europeans, I get it. No, it's fractal. You know, I have loyalty to God, my family, my community, then, you know, my 8 ethnicities that I am, then white people, I guess, Europe, then people that, I don't know. It's weird. I'm the product of some really weird shit. Like, I'm like 8 things. I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm Scandinavian, Irish, German, Czech, Jew, and English. What the fuck? I don't know. It's like I'm the product of a bunch of fucking Jew meddling. Like Jussie Smollett's a Jew black. Do you guys know that? He's Jewish and black. It's weird. You'd think that he would be able to scheme and scam better. He was so black about it. Why didn't his Jew side kick in? BB, you're tall as fuck. Yeah, I know. I'm insanely tall. You know what everyone is up to. I can see right through it. You're mostly European white. I'm all European white. You know, Ashkenazi is a lot of it is Italian. There's so many lies in this world. Just lies. How the fuck is Jew a race? It isn't. It's the rejection of Logos. All right. I'm going to land this fucking plane. When will Owen get sober? Never. What is sober? What, do you eat corn syrup? Do you eat bread? Like, fucking, come on. Get with it. Hey, Owen, I'm Polish. Can I be Polak Bear? Welcome, Polak Bear. Ooh, I'm Polish. I get it? You get it? Thoughts on Rory Scovel? I don't know what that is. I've heard the name. I don't know what that is. Thanks for the Rift Bear inauguration. Truth is way of life, and the Matrix is real. Off-grid is the way, and we need to end the Fed. Debt-based fiat currencies are slavery. It's true. We got to figure that out, though. Oh, stool pushers and hidden hands. Thank you, Zowie Bear. Watching others exercise and play sports is gay. LOL. Fact. Gays hate soccer. They aren't allowed to touch the balls. Or do they like the temptation? Something to think about. BB, do you know The Living Years by Mike and the Mechanics? God bless everyone who still has parents. What a great super chat. But I don't know that, but God bless everyone who still has parents. I'm happy I still have parents. All right, that's it. So hit the Rogans up. Hang on. I find it ironic that so many of God's chosen are atheists. So few chosen, so many atheists. You think? You think there might be some trends that are weird? Everybody's like, oh, the Jews are the chosen people of God. Most of them don't believe in God. Does that not fucking make anyone think that something's going on? So atheists, people that have rejected not only Christ, but God, all of it, they're chosen? What the fuck are you talking about? It doesn't make any sense. So these people that are just writing hip-hop music, just cashing checks of harmony, of order, of God, all of it, that is retarded. How do people not see through that? So Seth Rogen, do you think he's a chosen person? That's fucking insane. Jews are slightly less inbred than muzzies. Read it. I did. Stream was fantastic. My bear tank is full. Nice. The Jews love Cardi B. They made Cardi B. They made Cardi B. They were the chosen to bring forth the Savior, and they rejected him. Listen, Bezos is a Jew. You think? My dad's grandparents constantly tell me that faith means nothing at all and just be atheist. Ugh. Listen, I'll close on this. It's not like morality is morality for a reason. It's because it's real. If you reject that, you will die. If you reject that, your society will die. It happens over and over and over and over again. So when people think they can get a leg on morality or truth or any of this and be like, no, just reject it. It's nonsense. Nothing can't create something. That's illogical. The basis of atheism is nonsense. And if you accept that, before you know it, you got fucking dudes beating chicks in races. You have fucking, oh, this is funny. Now I'll get out of there. Because you're on nothing. There's no foundation. Do carpentry. How to join the Hollywood elite in 12 easy steps. Step 1, select your Hollywood dream job. Step 2, select your casting couch audition. Step 3, select your blackmail humiliation. Step 4, select your callback audition. For those of you just listening, it's pretty funny. Step 5, select your public moral cause. Step 6, select your secret lifestyle. Step 7, select your fake news channel. Step 8, select your monthly ritual abuse. Step 9, select your favorite political party. Step 10, select your cult leadership job. Step 11, select your suicide if outed. Step 12, select your execution if caught. Pretty funny. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Have great evenings. And hit the Rogan Up button. Let's beat those algorithms together. And if you think I'm slurring because I'm drunk, you're retarded. I've had 3 White Claws. It's freezing. And I've been outside talking for over 3 hours. So my brain starts going, ah. Good night, everybody. Peace.